Chimera works for the Division of Anomalous Recombinant Kin Enforcement, DARK for short. He's an officer guarding evidence gathered at deviant-related crimes. But in truth, he's a spy for DARK's Internal Affairs Department. Not even his true bosses are at liberty to know his true name. One day, while hiking in the Evergrove National Forest Park, there was a great storm. As he tried to make his way home, he lost his footing and fell into one of the park's undiscovered ponds, polluted with green cylindrical canisters containing a glowing blue substance. As he briefly looked at the substance, a lightning bolt struck the pond. When Claude regained consciousness, he discovered he could make claws, gills, the ability to change his appearance, and lightning and healing powers. With the startling rise of deviant vigilantes out in Cobalt City, Dark assigned Claude to become one of them and see how they operate and determine if they are worthy to be allowed to serve the public as heroes.
That's true. Overheat.
Got it.
Just to
So are we actually live? I didn't get an error, so I'm going to assume we are.
I see it.
All right. Hello and welcome, heroes, to Capes and Crooks, our 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons superhero actual play podcast. Episode, not podcast, playtest. This is issue number 4. If you're keeping up and with, the Joneses and everything. Really excited for today's episode. We had a really great last episode. Our heroes were left off ready to meet Commissioner Jordan after taking on the dynamic duo. I don't know if I can say that. of Electrode and Saphire Witch, I believe.
Yeah, she's dead. I don't know who she is anymore.
Somebody burst her into flames.
Took her away.
So our heroes are now 3rd level. We've made some changes to new powers and stuff, and hopefully stuff starts taking off a little bit, but showing a little bit more of their core rules. One of your powers still doesn't require a saving throw, but now the other one does. That much automatic damage is just not great for business. So I'm really excited. I want to thank my awesome volunteers for playing and play testing. I want to welcome all of our live viewers. You guys are awesome. We truly appreciate your support. It helps keep our show motivated in product development. I didn't realize how much writing I had done until I ran the word count again, and we're near 80,000. So it's a pretty big file now.
Wow.
Yeah, it's slowly getting big. Bigger. It's already big.
One of the things that there's some things I'd like to talk about, but we're gonna wait until after our live closes about some of the mechanics and stuff, so I can get feedback from you guys. Not just my players, but also the viewers. So I'm really excited for that. But if you are interested in more, or if you would like more information about Capes and Crooks, our upcoming Kickstarter, you can head on over to critacademy.com/capesandcrooks, and you can sign up to get alerted when our Kickstarter goes live. There's also some links to some really cool stuff, so please consider checking it out. There's right here somewhere over here. You can see there's a reminder link there. Who's humming? Stop humming.
Sorry.
Oh, is that your phone vibrating on the thing again?
Yeah, I'm trying to turn the vibrate off.
So that's kind of where we're at right now. Our heroes are currently chasing down the bright bomber, who has been, as far as you guys know, causing all kinds of deadly explosions. You guys first encountered the bright bomber with the bank robbery. You failed to stop the bright bomber, so they got away, and because they got away, more bad stuff happened. So it is difficult for heroes who do fail. It does happen, unfortunately. And in this situation, our players got to see the ramifications of failure, whether it was the loss of civilians or loss of structures and buildings and more civilians because they didn't capture the bright bomber. So I've actually, I think our players ended up after they took care of the dynamic duo have now arrived and are waiting to speak to Commissioner Jordan as she has requested that they come and gather as she is in dire need. I don't remember what line I used. Help me, deviants! You're my only hope. Some spiel like that. So before we take on that role, does anybody have any questions? I know there's been a lot of changes, and we're just now talking about it.
Actually, my guy didn't really change that much, amazingly. So.
Okay.
No, I just turned cutting action, which was an at-will power, into an enhancement.
Yep.
And I replaced that slot with Nature's Gift.
Nice. That was
which is the prototype's version of Druidcraft.
Yes. And that was one of the big changes that I made, as I took it from at will to an enhancement, because I felt like that's where it belonged more. So, of course, I did nerf a little bit of Demon Cloak, but he's still powerful as hell.
He says a little bit, but honestly, so much of my shit's changed.
So, what in particular besides the power or the aura?
Telekinetic push and pull. I haven't reread the overheat, but I know there's more stuff added to it.
Yes.
So it scales now, so that's cool.
Yeah. Well, the big change there is it doesn't do damage anymore, but that's because, and I mentioned this previously, fall damage isn't just fall damage now. If you shove somebody 10 feet into a wall, they're going to take fall damage. So now that power, when you shove somebody one direction or another into an object, it does damage, and I didn't want it stacking. So that's something that you need to be mindful of as players and as the audience. If somebody shoves somebody into an object, they're going to take that damage from smashing into it. That's something I don't think 5th edition had really good rules for, so I'm just treating it as fall and impact damage. And because of the nature of your power, it wasn't good for it to do more damage on top of that damage. So
that's fair.
Unless they get shoved into a wall.
Oh, I do have one quick question.
Yeah, you can do shoves too. Yes, go ahead.
What's the saving throw for an assault rifle?
What is the what?
Saving throw for an assault rifle.
For right now, because I don't have it open yet, assume it is whatever your power your dex your spellcasting DC. So 10 plus or 8 plus your dexterity plus your proficiency.
Just like cones, so
yeah, it's your power. What?
Did we get a rest?
Yes. You get a short rest. Short rests are only 5 minutes for those that are following, which means they may run out of powers really quickly, but they recharge really quickly too. So think of it so instead of getting a lot of spell slots, they get a few power slots, but they get them back basically every encounter. All right. That includes regenerating hit points with the rolling of the dice. So that's something that you can do during that rest as well. If you have not already, anything else?
No, I just skimmed to make sure I was up to date, and I don't think much changed for the Exos.
Okay.
So I think we're good to go.
Okay. All right. So it is the sun. Go lay down, Buck. Dog. The sun is getting low in the sky. You are standing atop this top of this roof, meeting Commissioner Jordan. She falls down in a jetpack-like design, and she kind of looks around at each of you individually, and she says, "So, you're all that responded, huh? Well, you'll have to do. I need your help."
Well, hello to you too.
Were you expecting more?
Wait, that's very odd character.
Well, considering I sent it out to far more than this, I am a little, say disappointed, but that's the way it goes. I'm going to be straight with you guys. There's some stuff going on, and I don't know if I can trust those who I would normally report this to. I've got some information, but I don't have the resources to deal with it, and B, I think that what you're trying to do is good for the world. And we need to let the world see that, even if you stumble along the way. Ever since heroes have been emerging and crooks have been emerging with powers, the world has been shaken, and we're trying to do what we can. But in order to move forward, I do feel like that there needs to be some good coming out of this, even if it needs to be controlled in some manner. That is why I've taken about myself. Her wristwatch beeps, and you see a kind of a couple lights flicker. I need an intelligence. I would say insight. I would say insight check from everybody instead of intelligence. Give me a wisdom insight check.
13.
20.
21.
6.
Okay. So both Chimera and Demon Cloak, you notice that it's beeping in a non-random pattern. You recognize the pattern as a very classic kind of SOS symbol, flashing lights. So somebody's trying to get a hold of her for something important. She looks at it, and she kind of, with exasperation, kind of lets out a sigh. We're going to have to make this quick. All right, look. We've got information where the Bright Bomber might strike next. The problem that I run into is the information is sketchy at best, and I need some help confirming it. Now, for obvious reasons, meeting with vigilantes such as yourself is already a risk. But my contact is a little more, how do you say, cloak and dagger, I guess. And if I'm caught meeting with him, it could spell trouble not only for me, but some people in my department. The CDP. I gotta get used to saying that. Cobalt, the police department. In the CDP. So I'm asking you guys to seek him out. I know that he should be at the docks. He should be at the sky docks, where aerial transports come in from other cities. I need you to meet with him and find out if he was able to dig up any information on the two suspected companies. One is, I forgot the name, because that's how I roll. Man, I write a lot of shit.
Yeah. That's good, though.
Inagrad? Eninagrad? It's the same one I told you about, that you learned about Chimera. I don't even know how to pronounce that.
Edenurg?
Yeah, that's the one, thanks. Edenurg.
Edenurg.
And
Edenurg,
he also
yeah.
says, and of course, she says, and the other would be Vane's intelligence security house. Problem is Snitch was supposed to, sorry, my contact, codename Snitch, was supposed to deliver information after she investigated both the areas. But like I said, for obvious reasons, I can't be seen meeting with somebody of such an unscrupulous character. So I'm asking you to seek her out at the sky docks and get the information that she has and retrieve it and bring it to me. Her thing is beeping again, and she kind of clicks it and pushes off, and get it to me. I don't care how, but as soon as you can, because we need to stop the Bright Bomber before somebody else gets hurt. Is this something you think you can do?
Do you know which Skydock port?
Yes. According to it, Snitch should be somewhere in loading dock zone Z or zone T2. Zone 2. Definitely don't have alphabet on my dice. But unfortunately, you guys quickly know that the zones are relatively large areas. So while it narrows it down a bit, I mean, you got big giant incoming ships that land in these areas. So it narrows it down a lot, but it's still pretty big. And she looks at you and says, the area still will be crawling with with DRT bots for obvious security reasons. So you're gonna have to do your best to avoid them, or at the very least, don't get caught. You should be able to retrieve the data from Snitch once you meet with her, but you need to make sure it gets back to us, back to me. Do you have any questions?
Seems straightforward enough.
Yeah.
Sounds like a
Thankfully.
simple rendezvous.
Let's hope so. So, if you have no questions, then I will be leaving. You can meet the drop-off point. The drop-off point will be at the vault, which you guys recognize as a storage warehouse company, right? Kind of like I can't think of any good examples right now, but vault. You recognize the name as a storage unit. She says you can go to the vault warehouse on the corner of Cedar and Allen.
Okay.
There, I'll have another contact, one of my agents, that you can drop the information off to. To my understanding, Snitch should provide it on a data pad.
Understood.
Okay.
Let me reiterate. This is important. You are to extract the data from Snitch and report back to my contact at the vault warehouse. And do not make duplicates or copies of the information. All right?
Well,
Yes,
seeing as
ma'am.
I don't really want to get involved with the law too much, that's a good idea.
And she says, and I've got one more thing for you. And she kind of pulls out her big, giant black trench coat. Kind of nods over at Demon Cloak there. I like that style. Reaches inside and
Vintage.
and she pulls out what looks like a pen, and she hands it to you. Says, "When you need assistance, you can press this, and I'll try to reach out to you. It may not be right
I
away,
take it.
but this comm will help us stay in contact without anybody knowing it was me." As
I take it.
you guys look at this thing, and it looks like it's like 50 years old. Now, imagine like a high-tech pen thing now, but like 100 years from now, it's going to look like an archaic technology. Basically, it'll send out a signal that I can detect, and we'll be able to get in contact with you.
Understood.
To my understanding, Yep, go ahead.
So just to confirm, you're keeping our identities off the record.
I wonder if you were going to ask about that. So here's the situation. I make it my job to know who everyone with powers is. It's not easy. It's very difficult. But I do not intend on using this knowledge in any way to take advantage of you. I use this for one sole reason, so that I can reach out to you. Because I truly understand what you guys are trying to do. And while, as part of the law, I know that it's my job to stop you from breaking it, I believe that intent is everything. And since the DRT are spread so thin and the CDP have limited resources, I believe that heroes such as yourself are the next step in defense of this world and helping to bring it back under control. And so in order for that to work, we have to trust each other. and I'm willing to trust you. Your actions have said plenty about the type of characters you are. And she kind of eyeballs each and every one of you. Sure, accidents happen. It happens on the force all the time. Should you be held accountable? Probably. But the needs of this world outweigh a few accidents, I believe. And if we're going to shape the world as a place for heroes, we need to start with trust. Her thing starts beeping again, and you can see her kind of getting a little antsy.
I know you're short on time, but as long as we can keep our names out of official police databases, I'm fine with you knowing who we are on a personal basis.
Understood. Like I said, this information was very difficult to come by. But it's nowhere except for right here.
All right.
She kind of looks off in the distance, looks at her watch. She says, I have to go now. The meeting time is in 30 minutes across town. You're probably going to need a ride. It's about 27 miles from here. Now, to give you a grand idea of the size of the city, imagine one city the size of an entire state. So it's massive.
Yeah.
So there's a train or several trains that monorails that maglev through the cities and stuff. There's vehicles you can take. I already forgot how many miles I said it was.
27.
27.
27 miles. Thank you.
That's quite a trek.
Well, if you're on foot, but that's the thing.
Yeah.
She
Quite a
says.
city, period.
She says, you're gonna need to commandeer transport to get there and meet Snitch for the drop.
Understood.
Right.
What did I say? 2 hours? Let's write that down.
Something like that.
Sometimes I've got 4 hours on here, but I was like, man, that's too big of a window. I'm changing that.
Not enough dramatic tension.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So what is fucking chat? I want to thank everyone in chat who's joining us. Thanks, Barbara, Steve, Silver. All right. So if that'll be all, I'll be on my way. And she touches on her watch. A little hologram pops up, and you see it shows like a holographic version of the city, and you can see several little yellow flashing lights and some red flashing lights. She kind of moves her hand. She rotates it very much Iron Man-like, touches one, and she ends up taking off into the sky and heads off towards the eastern part of the city. All right, so you guys now have your tasks. You are to meet with Snitch, her contact, right? In 2 hours, 27 miles away, to acquire a data pad that has what on it?
Information about the Bright Bomber. Potentially their location.
Yes. In regards to two particular companies. I need to stop making words I can't pronounce. Edinurg, and Vane, right?
Yep.
Right.
Were the two companies that they investigated. And you have to meet at the Sky Docks. So the question is how do you guys want to try to get there?
Would we know of
much
public
money
transportation in the
Oh,
city?
absolutely. Yeah, you guys would use it all the
210
time.
credits. I got a pass. I'm a reporter. Do I have a pass? Like a shuttle pass?
You know what? I would say as a reporter, you probably do. I would also say that as a student, I bet Stella Nova probably would.
Mm-hmm.
Shuttle pass.
The nearest shuttle is about 5 miles away. No, that's horrible. I shouldn't say that. That would be it would be much more frequent than that, wouldn't it? No, 5 miles is probably acceptable. How far apart do you think these monorail
Yeah, how many
tracks?
stops are they supposed to make, every...
Yeah, I would say probably like every
I don't know. I've been to London.
What's that?
And you can't. I don't know. I've been to London. You pretty much trip over underground entrances all over the place.
Yeah, it depends. It depends on how we want to build it out because New York City, they're everywhere, but they make a ton of stops. But if this place is the size of a state, I can only assume that frequent of stops will not be feasible.
Well, I mean, I
Every
guess
2
it's
miles,
like, is
every
this
2
like
blocks.
inter-block shuttles, and then there's like actual city-wide highway shuttle? I don't
And
know.
Or would we know of a...
and like buses, buses to make up the difference.
Yeah.
But here's an idea. What about a shuttle port that leads directly to the sky docks?
That probably, well, does that exist for regular public transport? I would imagine not, considering that's like business territory.
It's a business. The Skydocks is a privately owned like business area.
Yeah.
Think of it as like a harbor, except for plane or air anti-grav.
aircraft.
Yeah, anti-grav. Transports. But there's probably something, and you guys just have to decide which approach would you like to take. If you are looking for the fastest approach, you could probably pull in a. I need a name for Cobalt taxi drivers, but I don't want to call them taxis, and I certainly can't call them Uber or
Yeah.
or Lyft. So, what would be a really cool like private taxi service in a futuristic city? Hadn't really thought of that. See, these are things I don't think about.
I have no idea.
Skyline Services.
Let's go with it. I love their chili.
Oh
Or
god.
Skylight services. Because
Skyline,
everything's-
yeah.
Skylane.
everything is- Skylane? Okay.
Skylane, they drive down the lanes. Anything else?
Someone
Yeah.
said blue tube.
Bluetooth. That would be a good one for the maglev things.
That's so funny.
I had Skyline chili. It wasn't chill. It wasn't chili. All right. So Skylane or Skyline? What do you guys think? I'm cool either way.
Or
Skylane works.
Skylane works.
All right,
Skylane
Skylane.
it is.
That is our Cobalt City taxi service. All right, so you guys, now what tech are you guys running with? Here, there's the equivalent of phones. There's little things that can go around your neck that give you access to augmented reality. I'm sure Miss Stella Nova has all kinds of cool gizmos and gadgets. What personal sort of communication device are you guys rocking that you would like to call a taxi on? A Skyline Drive. A Skyline Drift.
Well, it's Skylane, isn't it?
Skylane, yeah, I already messed it up. Skylane. So who's going to call him?
I just pull out my watch. Hey, Ravis Richter here. You guys are probably familiar with me. I need a tax. I need a taxi.
All right.
Skylane here.
Touch the Federation symbol on your polo. All right. After about 10 minutes, a transport shows up.
Got room for 4?
So I need a player to keep track of time. Who wants to do that?
I can do it.
Okay. We're starting at 120 minutes. You already lost 10.
So we're at 110.
So these things travel at higher speed. So the door opens, and they're like suicide doors, right? They like open like this, and you see this very furry-looking, bulgy man, like big, porky, furry pig. I mean, he's got a flat nose and everything, kind of like mine. He's got a big tusk hanging out, and he says in a big, deep voice, "Where to?"
The sky docks.
Okay.
All of you? He kind of looks around at all of you.
Yeah,
Yep.
all 4 of us.
Now, for you guys are in your super suits, right? Your super outfits.
I don't
Would
think
we
I.
be?
That's
I
up to
don't
you.
think-
That's what I'm trying to figure
I
out.
don't think.
No.
I don't think that's. I
If
don't
we're
think it's a good
doing
idea.
public transport stuff, nah.
No.
I'm not gonna say a no.
Okay, so you guys are currently in your civvies, your alter ego forms. He goes, so that's 4 of you,
Yeah.
all the way
Yes.
to the sky docks, huh?
Yeah,
All
it's about
right.
27 miles. You know.
Yeah,
Not fast.
that'll be about 50 creds.
I
All
just.
right.
Yeah. I tap my watch and it goes ding.
You see a little holographic little flag pop up, and then it shows the amount. It shows Richter's name across it, and then it rolls over and shows the distance to go. He says, all right, pile in. Gonna be honest, it's getting kind of late though. A pugnacious taxi driver. That's funny. All right, so you guys kind of get in, and this is really cool. As you kind of first get in, because it's a hover vehicle, you do feel a little bit of that initial tilt that you're used to. It kind of levels out after a second. Hey, careful back there! I just got the rugs cleaned, and you could smell the soap in the air. It's like the smell of a new car. You can tell that he's says, all right. I only have 2 rules. First rule, you pay me, and he points at the thing. You did that. Second rule, you don't try to rob me. And then he pushes a button, and about 7 little tiny gun laser cannons pop out from the roof and point at all of you. And he says, are we understood?
Huh,
Oh,
I
they're
haven't
wrong.
ridden with you guys in a hot minute. I don't remember these installments. When did this happen?
We good?
I think here's a special case.
Yeah, he is. He goes, you definitely know that there's some that are paranoid, people that are paranoid. I mean, there is crook activity, right? There are bad guys.
yeah.
And there's a lot of anger that goes against people that are different. Ever since heroes have been, showing up, some have hidden powers, much like some of your guys's. Others are a little more visible. This guy clearly is different. And so you suspect that he's probably used to dealing with a little bit of the prejudices that kind of come along with that. So you're not really surprised that he would have little tiny mini laser turrets in his car. So
Yeah, you're right.
he says, well, I'm glad we're all on the same page. And he hits the button and they suck back into the ceiling. He says, all right, we're on the way. And he kind of just, the vehicle takes off. He gets you up to a big speed, and you're stopping and going here and there. And as you guys are driving, you hear him kind of mumbling about the traffic and having to hit all the little stoplights. And you hear him mention something about, oh, back in my day, I didn't have to worry about all this stuff. Back in my day, cars didn't go into the sky. He just starts rambling and stuff. And you notice that he's not actually driving. He's in a seat, but the wheel and everything's kind of doing its own thing. You guys are comfortable. You know that auto-driving vehicles are there. People just do it so their stuff doesn't get stolen and because it's safer to be there in case something bad happens. During this ride, what are you guys discussing?
Does he
Not
have like
about
a
retirement
private
out
window?
front.
One at a time.
I would ask the overseer if he has soundproof private windows for his transport.
If you asked
Yeah,
him, he
is
probably
within
does.
earshot, I guess.
Right now, he doesn't have anything that's stopping you, but you could ask him, and he probably would. That's a pretty common request.
I could ask him. Excuse me, sir.
What?
Do you by any chance have like a window to ensure privacy between me and my companions here?
You're not going to try to plan and rob me. Remember Rule 2, right?
No, sir. We're not planning to rob you.
He kind of looks in the rearview mirror at each of you guys, and he says, all right, but I got her right here just in case, just so you know. And he goes over and he flips up a switch, and he flips up like a cap and then flips a switch, and an energy barrier appears between the front seats and where you guys are sitting in this kind of horseshoe designed seats that go up
Right.
against his back end and along the sides and where the doors open up. So yes, he gave you soundproof as far as you know.
All right.
For me.
So what's the discussion going on?
So has anyone been to the Skydocks before? Do we know kind of like a general layout of how to get around it?
I would say since it's a private business, it's pretty much saying, have any of you ever been to the docks of the GM plant? You can probably find it. You kind of know what it looks like, but you probably haven't, unless you have a reason why you think you might have been there. Does anybody got any of those?
Nope.
Are you sure? Because I can think of a few reasons.
I mean,
I
I
mean,
mean, the Skydocks like an air.
Well,
the Skydocks like an airport. I could picture that's how I got to Cobalt City in the first place.
well, the skydocks you're going to are specifically for product transport. And I would say that I would say as a reporter, our reporter friend has probably been there more than once for business.
I've probably I probably have some first name contacts in there. I probably know a man named Jimmy by chance. We're gonna write that down. I know a man named Jimmy. I gotta find him.
I know a guy.
I know
So
a
yeah,
guy.
so you
I know a couple guys.
so you had some contacts in there. So we're gonna say you have a general layout because you have a guide of somebody that's been there before.
No, I wouldn't say me and him are particularly close, considering I don't remember half my life. But hey, you know, things happen.
Right.
Anyways,
That's just what happens when you live around for a while. Sometimes you're a normal guy, and other times it turns out you're not.
You know, I think that goes for everybody though.
My point still stands.
Yeah. So that being said, I guess we're not breaking in using our alter ego disguises. Then I think we're just going in as is.
I could probably get us a good distance in. Though at some point, we're probably gonna have to get past some less allowed areas, I imagine. So by that point, we'll probably have to, change our looks. As I just pat down my glasses in my pocket. Yep, still got them.
anyways, this is the second time I've heard the name Edenurg Incorporated being implemented. You see, after the bank incident, I've been investigating the Bright Bomber. I've had some contacts who know of the situation, and that bank isn't the first place that the Bright Bomber had been hit. These discs that the bomber stole, they were tied to Edenurg Incorporation. It's a shell corporation, but I just don't know for whom.
Okay.
Okay, that's good to know.
So we just don't know who exactly they're working for. Is that kind of what you're saying?
Pretty much. I mean, it could be a rival company, but the way the bomber did it, there's a chance there might be a disgruntled worker for this multi-corporation or whatever, but
Right.
I don't know. There's too much. There's too much we don't know. Perhaps the intel could help the commissioner in this matter.
Maybe. I wonder if it has any connection to what I'm investigating, but I won't know until I get there.
And we'll see if maybe there's a, we can take a look around and see what we can find, any connections there as well.
Yeah.
But what's interesting to me is how she didn't want us to copy any of the data off of the drive.
She doesn't want to risk any leaks. And I would know of this procedure, would I?
I mean,
standard, shit. What is the police have a term for it when it's
Protocol?
well, that's a word, but that's not what I was thinking specifically. Chain of custody, right? To make sure nothing has been compromised. So yes, you would recognize this as a potential part of that. But if it was that important, she should
Why
have sent.
us?
Yeah, she should sent a policeman to do it, not you guys.
It makes me wonder if maybe this is part of the shell company. Maybe she knows something that clearly we don't, and if that gets out, maybe it slanders her name. That'd be rough, but I mean, if the
Yeah.
police want to leverage us, maybe it's in our best interest to have some leverage on them. It sounds rude and crude, but I mean, it's our lives involved, and I mean, we signed up for this, sure, but I mean, we only signed up to try and deal against the bad guys. We didn't sign up to work with the police.
Right. No, I agree with that. And if we've got some shady police, like we know that there are, DRT, huh?
Good old
Then,
DRT. Ran into them.
Yeah, we want to make sure we're not being scapegoated.
Ain't that right, White Ninja? I totally got fucked up by one of them. But I'm still here.
Well, all I know is we're potentially fall guys. Something goes wrong.
Pretty much.
And
And should-
there's also that layer of possible deniability with us not being directly involved with her either.
During your guys' conversation, the taxi driver swerves. You can't hear him, but you see him like doing one of these things in the front seat. He's giving some rude gestures to somebody on the other side. He looks back and gives you the thumbs up, and then you guys keep going.
I give him the old thumbs up back like,
Yeah, we're pretty much Star Trekking those swerves.
you know what? I like this guy, actually. He's keeping us safe. Well, as far as I can tell.
That's funny. So you guys have come up with some pretty good discussion. Potential risks. You guys could be the fall guys. It's odd that she specifically didn't send the police, instead sent you. She did give you a reason, but there's a bit of something that doesn't fit. Yeah, I agree. But
He'll be the guy to get us out.
right. So you also know that at this point we're gonna say you're about halfway there. Stella Nova has you have kind of a little hologram that pops up that kind of is tracking your position. You're about halfway there at the moment. So at the rate you're going, it'll take you probably a total of about 45 to 50 minutes to get there of your time. Not leaving you much once you arrive.
I'm gonna... So that's the estimated time, correct?
Yes. Assuming everything goes as planned.
Which it probably wouldn't.
I have an idea. Do you wonder if we bribe him that he might take us a little bit of a different route, get there faster?
No.
Maybe a
don't think
less
it'll
than
work.
savory route?
Not worth it. It'll draw
I
too
don't
much
know.
attention.
He seems kind of like the type who would do it. I'm just saying. That's not in his rules.
How do you know it's not already taking the fastest route?
I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
we
fair.
would tell, considering Stella Nova has her map up.
Yeah, I mean, you guys didn't tell him to rush or anything like that, so he's just driving through, taking what he
Yeah.
believes is probably the best routes. There's, because of crooks and villains, some places are require detours because buildings are blown up, and, a lot of those blew up lately, so there are places that he's got to kind of drive around. Okay, yeah. So he's, I mean, he seems to be driving. Like you said, he's not in a hurry. He didn't tell him to rush, or usually when somebody gets in a cab, they're like, "Step on it," and you guys are just like, "Yeah, we're gonna go here." So he's obviously not rushing. There is a panel button that you can push that will deactivate the shield if you so choose and want to talk to him again, and maybe ask him to speed it up a little bit or something along those lines.
That, and besides, I think he's a little too paranoid regarding the whole Crooks situation. I wouldn't. There's no judgment in that, but still.
I was gonna say, it seems like the perfect amount of paranoia.
Hey, Stella, can you tell me what kind of guns these things are?
Ooh. They seem to be deadly guns.
Yeah, okay. Now, make and model.
They
preferably.
are. You identified a. Go ahead and give me a tech check.
Okay.
I'm curious because I like to know these things.
Ooh.
Chimera calling somebody paranoid.
21. And that was my good roll this evening.
Yeah.
What did you get?
21.
Yeah. So you recognize a couple of them is the the HK model. Because Star Wars, and that's what I've been reading a lot of the last couple days. You recognize them as the HK, the HK 397. It's small barrel, plasma based lasers. They're not super powerful, but at close range they can do damage. And about 6 of them will definitely tear you up. Probably not going to kill somebody, but is certainly going to leave them pretty injured. Like 3rd-degree burns, probably.
Hospital.
Yeah, you'll end up in the hospital, but it probably won't kill you.
Probably. Emphasis on probably. Uh-oh.
Oh, they died.
Who died? Oh, there he comes.
Welcome back. Do they look detachable?
Well, they you can't see them now. They retreated into they popped out kind of like,
I'm thinking like the Edna security system from Incredibles.
Yes, very much like that.
Interesting. What are we afforded these?
All right.
Probably his company.
So
Probably.
go ahead.
Probably all the incidents.
So, I'm gonna actually tap the shield panel to bring the shield down, and be like, excuse me, I didn't realize we just kind of got a call, and we need to be there sooner than we expected. Is it possible to rush a little bit?
What? Why didn't you say so? I can do that. He says, all right.
He's just excited. He's like, oh, hell
Hang
yeah.
on to your knicker. Oh, wait, you're gonna pay the bill if the DRT or the CDP catches me, aren't you? I'm not hearing nothing.
Cricket.
Well, all right then.
That bill would be.
I will go to the top of the speed limit, but I will try to rush. But if you're not willing to pay the ticket, I'll only go as fast as the law will allow me. But I can try to make some effort to take some shortcuts for you if you want.
I'd appreciate that. I think if we got pulled over, that would take more time. So it'd probably be a good idea just to do the top speed.
He says, all right then, we'll get on there. And you see him kind of push some buttons, and you feel the kind of car pick up. And instantly on your little tracking device there, Stella Nova, you can see that the computer is recalculating to take different directions. He looks back, he says, I had an old guy traveling with me once when I picked him up. He was in a hurry too. But he told me, whatever I do, don't go past 88 miles an hour, I'll end up back in the past. It was the weirdest conversation I've ever had. Something about getting to his wife, Dorothy or Dolores or something. I don't remember, but it's a pretty interesting fella.
Excuse me just one moment. And I press the button again and put up the bubble. Hey, we could probably totally get past the police in this particular instance. And I point to Chimera and that stupid-ass pen. We can literally just call up the police and just probably get pardoned real quick if we just say we know Commissioner Jordan.
No. That's for
Absolutely.
It's for emergencies only. You want
This is an emergency.
no. It's only an emergency if the Bright Bomber is personally at the meeting site.
How do we know they're not? I'm just saying. I bring up a valid point, I feel like. It gets us there
Schrodinger's
faster.
bomber, huh?
And, you know, just...
I'd rather not risk our cover being blown just
Our
from
cover's not
out
gonna
of
be
your hastefulness.
Commissioner Jordan will probably just tell them, yeah, I know those kids and young adults. They're just... Let them
I'm
through
gonna say
real
for the
quick. They
time
probably
being,
gotta go
don't worry about
somewhere.
How much
I'm saying for the time being, don't worry about it.
did it recalculate?
It did. So it saved you about 8 minutes.
All right.
Recalculating.
Was that so in total? What was that then? Because you said between.
So it would have
25
been. We'll take 40 minutes now.
Okay, 40 minutes.
So now you're out 50 minutes total. So,
We're at 70 minutes.
Well, all right, I tried.
We're just gonna have to be really quick once we get there. Getting in.
I don't know how big. If I know anything about how big this site is, it's huge. So I wish us the best.
So as you guys are arriving, you guys know of this place. You've seen it kind of passing by. But as you're pulling up to the gate, it's kind of overwhelming. You can see just hundreds of variety size aerial vehicles coming into this giant tower. And outside the tower, you see these giant, extensions, almost like bridges that go nowhere, right? They're landing pads. And imagine a pillar that's just got all around it like a cog. It's got all these different landing pads. And it is huge. It must go up, a couple hundred stories. It's massive. And the whole sky, the sun's already going down, but if the sun was out, there's so much transport action kind of going on, not only from outside the city in, but from this location to other areas in the city that are exporting material. And it's massive. It's huge. You guys are instantly cast in the shadow. I think I said the sun was going down.
Yeah.
You're cast in this massive shadow. It kind of looks kind of ominous with the red light that's casting over the horizon on this building, and there is just massive walls, big beautiful walls, tremendous walls.
Oh my god.
Nobody can get through these walls. They're big and red. Oh my god. Douche. Anyways, so you got these massive. You got these massive walls. The gentleman pulls up. And he says, "Well, all right, I got you to the entrance."
Wait. Before he pulls down the shield, I am going to use a power called Disguise Self. So, what happens is I'm basically using the nanobots from my suit to go into overdrive and remake my look, basically. So, in doing so, this will be, like I said, before he opens up the shield to kind of look back and stuff. I take out a pair of glasses, kind of like hipster-looking glasses, and put them on, and the glasses shoot out a hologram over my face to kind of reshape my face to look different.
That's so cool.
Yes. And then the nanobots then will kind of cover me almost like the exosuit. But instead they kind of re-flavor my current clothing to give me kind of like a business chic look. So I kind of got like a plaid blazer, black turtleneck, black skinny jeans. And then my my Converse turn into kind of like a sleek heels. Kind of like heeled boots. And the nanobots then also go into, because they're small and kind of flexible, they go around my hair and recolor my hair to a kind of like sandy color.
Okay.
So
That's so
Yeah.
cool. So that's very business-like. I like that. Is anybody else gonna take note from Stella?
I reach into one of my pockets, I pull out a tie, and I just go, good enough.
Hold on, was it a tie or was it a clip-on tie?
It matters.
It's worse. It's a zip-up tie.
Oh no.
He just goes, you hear like a little zip sound, you're like, "Ugh, I'm done.
Oh, that's funny.
And then I look down at my watch and I click it a few times, and like, you see my shirt, because normally I'm wearing like a V-neck almost, and it just kind of turns into a dress shirt, like goes inside out a little bit, and just like fits nicer. And it's just like, this shit always makes me uncomfortable. The
Nanofiber.
material's awful. And then I click my watch again a few times, and like a little hollow pen pad come out, and I can just go boop.
Nice.
It pays to be a reporter every once in a while.
Right. Anybody else?
They notice that skin facial complexion begins to change on Chimera into how should I put it? How do I want to do this?
How do you want to do it?
His hair turns from like a vibrant blue to like pale white. Short hair, like the hair just shrinks a little bit, or in terms of length, and his eyes turn to a dull red. Skin complexion makes him a little pale, or almost like an albinoism on his entire skin. With a straight, simple, upside down V goatee that's filled in on his chin.
I'm a fan.
Okay.
I'm a fan. That's really good. Either somebody's got the gas or somebody's rubbing rubber and farting a lot. Farting noise. All I hear is brr, 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 brr. And then what about White Dragon? Is he just going as himself or a homeless guy, or what's the plan?
Open up my backpack, pull out a jacket, and put on a ball cap and some sunglasses.
I love it.
Okay.
It's so casual and inconspicuous.
The
Gil?
true Avengers undercover look.
Yeah.
Yeah, you all go through like these epic transformation sequence and like,
Love it.
Nice. That's everyone, right?
That's everyone.
All right. So you the thing comes down and he looks and he does a double take. Hey, when did you get in here? Where are you going?
It's us.
I only have two What?
He would recognize the voice I'm using.
He kind of cleans out his ears. What'd you say, boy?
It's us from earlier.
What's with the get up? And what is with that? And he's just kind of in his mirror. He's pointing at Demon Cloak's silly tie. He's like, "What in Sam? What is that? Is that a zip on?"
Yeah, it's vintage from 50 years ago.
Vintage, huh? Well, back in my day, and he says, I used to have one just like it, actually. It was a gift from my father, you see. Can't really use it, though, because my hairs get caught in the zipper, but I can appreciate a nice piece of work there. All right, well, we're pulling up any minute now. If you are looking, he says you guys seem like fair folks, so if you're looking for another ride, just hit me up. I'm going to need a name for this taxi driver from the audience. Somebody in the audience want to give me a name for this this pig-faced, pudgy, furry porker. Oh, dude.
And no
His last
puns,
name's
please.
Porker. His last name is Porker. I need a good name that goes with Porker, but it can't be Peter because that's taken.
Yeah, it is. Somebody's gonna sue us for that.
Right. Okay, so we'll give them a few seconds to come up. Porco. I like Porco. Porker. That's a good one.
Barbara, Porco Rosso is already taken.
Yeah, that's a
That's a
Ghibli
joke.
It's a what?
Ghibli movie.
Oh. Well, I can still go with Porker.
That's true.
Could do that.
All right, we're going to go with Porker. Somebody write that in the show notes for him, or in the game notes. All right, so he says, my name's Porker. It's not many. I don't have such trouble with such a big group, so here's my card. And he pulls out a tiny little, kind of like a button, and he flips it over to you, and it flies up in the air towards White Dragon. He snaps it with little effort, and when you hold it up, a little hologramic Porker pops up, and it goes, I'm Porker. You need a ride? Just tap the button. I'll come a running. Well, not running. I'll be driving. And then just kind of on a short little spiel about how he's driving.
Goes on a small rant.
Right. He says, all right, just let me know if you need anything else. I'll be on my way. You all take care, all right?
Good seeing ya.
Barbara, what have you done?
I love that.
As he's going, he goes, Porco out, and the windows go up, and he takes off. With a
Porco out. Oh my gosh.
Porco. Oh, that's funny.
Oh, Barbara, that's terrible.
All right, so you guys,
So I
Austin.
probably fixed my hair to be a little bit nicer, and you see, just kind of him. He's trying to like flatten his hair down because it's all like a mess and it's all spiky and shit. So he's like, ah, fuck.
Um,
Nah, whatever.
Yeah.
He's like, it's not working.
If you guys haven't already, please make sure you check your Facebook messages for me, because I'll be sending you messages as we play through. So
Okay.
just try to keep that in mind. I may or may not. It'll see. I know I've sent a couple already, so just make sure you're keeping an eye on that. Open up a couple other ones. So, all right. So you guys, you get up to this big giant gate, and of course, there's the traditional little box with the security guard in it, and you see this green-skinned person with glowing yellow eyes. His feet are kicked up, and you can see he's not got shoes on. His feet are kicked up, and he's clearly watching some holovid, and eating what looks like a burger of sorts. Hopefully it's not pork. All right, and he's just kind of sitting there.
There's an entrance guard?
Yeah, there's a big giant gate in front of you to
Okay.
get into the complex.
Okay.
You look, the wall runs down pretty far both directions. You can see that, down the way there are different entrances that look a little smaller, but this one has the big thing that says Vault Industries across the top.
I walk up towards him. Hey, Jimmy in today?
Well,
Mr.
who are you?
I'm Ravis Richter. I'm a friend of his. We're going in for a meeting today. Gotta meet with one of the upper ups.
Just all of you?
Yeah, they're for the.
Come on, I ain't got all today now.
I didn't think about this. Why didn't I think about this?
I don't know.
Let's
You're
come
the
on.
reporter.
What is it you want?
Sorry, sir. We're here for the new product launch. We've got the new shipment vehicles and different vehicle compartments.
For new
specifically.
cosmetics.
Yeah.
Well-
And yeah, were you not informed of this?
little strange.
I don't see it on my list here. But I thought you said something about here to see Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy's here. He knows. Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't tell you.
Yeah, I don't got nothing here, but
If you want, I can call him. It's not a big deal.
no, he looks over and he says, well, I see. Show me your press pass, sir, and ma'am.
I pull up my press pass. I think mine should be enough. I would think.
He pulls out a scanner, and it gets kind of stuck. You know how you get the wires all twisted and shit. He's like all fiddling. He's like, I hate this the damn thing.
Is that technology 100 years old? You still got it wired?
Hey, you have to understand. I kept losing the other one.
We've all been there.
So I want you both to give me. We're gonna go ahead. Whoever's got the highest persuasion, you can do it with advantage. I don't between the two, Stella and.
It's probably me. I have a +5 in it.
Yeah, I got a +3.
Okay.
I have a +5.
So between both of your guys' little discussion there, we'll grant you advantage on the highest checker, highest skill check. The wires are literally his lifeline.
25. Apparently, I've been doing this for a while.
So he says,
This is not my first shindig.
He scans it and it pops up and your face, pops up on the hologram and goes, all right, Rick. All right, you could go.
I got 2 R's.
He presses a button and and the whole thing just kind of slides over. He's like, it takes a few seconds, but it opens up. He's like, all right, make sure you report to the security inside at the main the main entrance to the building and get your visitor badges. All right.
Sure thing.
They'll double check to make sure that I didn't just let in somebody trying to pull a fast one on me. You know how tight security is around here.
I'll be sure to talk to Jimmy. He is in today, right?
He better be. We got scheduled at that.
He starts looking through it. He says,
Do you know where he's at?
Yeah, he might, yeah.
I was waiting, Justin. I was waiting for you to say, "Oh no, he's not in today." What? I was about to have a heart attack.
I rolled a die to see it was a good odd or even. So I'm all about the dice. All right, so you guys start your way in. This whole process took about 10 minutes. So make sure you look at that. What is our current run time?
We're at 60 minutes.
Okay, so you got an hour to find the snitch before the rendezvous with the snitch, right?
All right. So immediately as we walk through, is there any panel, control panel or a computer desk or something that that is open?
So as you enter past the main entrance, there's electric walkways that are leading you guys into the main section of the building. As you're coming out, you're clearly you got some your heads up displays running some diagnostics. And give me a perception check.
Okay. Oh gosh, no, that is that's a 5. I told you I used up my good roll earlier.
The one roll.
So yeah, I'm trying to figure out if Ian sent this message to me or if I sent it to him another. Oh, it was earlier. Okay, I was confused for a second. All right, so you start looking around and there's something interfering with your tech. So you're probably gonna have to get inside before you can find any sort of access panel.
I'm sorry, I have Fred's stack.
You aren't. Your scanners are being interfered by something. So you'll probably have to get inside before you can find some sort of access panel.
Okay, cool.
you guys are
I'm
on
just
a
gonna keep an eye out for one.
as you guys are on this moving sidewalk. It's just kind of moving on. There's people kind of moving in all directions and hover vehicles and stuff in every direction carrying a bunch of unnamed boxes and crates in all directions. Ships coming and going, people coming and going. People on little segways, like those quote-unquote hoverboards, but they're real hoverboards, and they're basically just around, kind of running around places, point A to point B. You don't really know. They're just keeping busy. Everyone's wearing nice blue uniforms that say "Ask us for help." As you guys are heading towards, you come to the first part of the front of this towering building. Once again, you can see a collection of moving sidewalks that seem to kind of converge onto this specific point. I need perception checks from everybody, please.
Perception.
Wow, that is another 20. Holy shit.
Oh,
I'm on fire.
21.
24.
16.
I'm in my element, guys.
All right, so as
I've been here too many times.
so as Doomcloak is, you're kind of poking around. You guys are seeing all these different people. You see a very tall and lanky red-headed fella off in the distance by one of the entrances, by one of the security entrances.
I kind of motion towards everybody, kind of being like that, like, follow me real quick.
All right. Does anybody object?
Nope.
Nope.
All right, so you all follow.
Just look like you're walking with confidence.
Get a ladder.
Towards them.
Get a ladder. Have you guys seen that where they carry the ladder and just get
Yeah.
into places for free?
Yeah, I absolutely have.
Best deception check ever. All right, so yeah, you approach this big, tall, lanky, redheaded fella, and you recognize him.
And I go, hey, Jimmy.
Hey, Ravis, what's going on, man? How you doing? Oh, I gotta put. Hang on,
you know.
I gotta put on my stoner voice. Hang on. Hey, what was your name again, buddy?
It's Ravis. You remember
Ah, Ravis, my man.
been
How
around
are
a
you
while.
doing? How are
Not too
you? Oh, good. I am glad that. Nice friends you got there. How are you guys doing? I'm Jimmy Johnson. You can call me JJ. What's up? What can I do for you?
Hey, I kind of need some help today, man. Need a favor.
Well, you know how
I'll owe you one.
you know how I am. He kind of looks around. He flips a switch, which you quickly realize is some sort of intercom. He says, "Yeah, you got some moss for me?
One more time.
You got some moss for me?" Now you know moss is like kind of like the street weed, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on me.
Do you?
I assumed if I know him, I would assume I would have this if I was going to ask a favor.
As long as you're comfortable carrying an illegal substance. He says,
Killed a
"Yeah,
person?
yeah,
Not
all
sure
right."
if you remember this?
You slip him a little bag. He says, "Yeah, what can I do for you?"
Chaotic good alignment?
Yeah, I got you, man. What can I do for you? And you guys see the weirdest things? His eyes blink this way. They blink sideways instead of up and down.
Oh.
He goes, yeah. Hey,
Tell anybody that I have this, right?
he says, "Hey, Rictus, man, it's been a while. How you doing today? What can I do for you? Who's your
hey,
friends?
Co-workers. So look.
Look
I
where?
need some help. Kind of need some help getting past some stuff. What kind of security badge can you give me today?
What?
Okay, I need to get to some areas. What's the highest level
What?
you can get me? Yeah.
Like the bathroom?
No. I gotta get to zone 2 on the landing area.
Oh, zone 2. I know where that's at.
Yeah. You think we can get us in?
He kind of looks. Door's closed at the moment. I'm not supposed to let people in without authorization. You know how it is.
I do. You know it. Come on. Help out a friend.
But you're also not supposed to carry around illegal drugs, so...
Shh. That's the part we can't... Hey, whoa.
That's a smart friend you got there. I love it.
Yeah, she's real smart.
So, okay, yeah, I think I can help you out, but I'm gonna have to be honest. My shift's gonna end in a little bit, so you're gonna have to find your own way out.
Who's working it? Do I know?
Oh, it's Tiff. You don't want to deal with her. She's new and she's
Nah,
crazy.
I know who she is.
Yeah, you
God damn it.
don't want her.
She still works here.
Well, she just started a couple weeks ago, man, and I thought she wouldn't last, but I mean, shit, they ain't got rid of me yet.
Well, the way you talked about her over the phone just a couple days ago, I thought she wouldn't be here either. Man.
Yeah, that's just how it goes. Look, man, I can probably help you get in, but I'm gonna be honest.
You know a guy who could get us out?
I don't. Now I know a guy that's looking for a way out. It's my buddy Rictus. Wait.
That's me.
Oh. I was confused. It's okay. I was confused for a second. I got this. What about that guy over there? And he points at White Dragon. He looks like he could help you get out.
You're probably right.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to let you in. But you got to do me a favor.
More than the moss? Come on.
How'd you know that's what I needed, man?
Oh, well, all right. Well, shit. Here you go.
You hand him some more. He's like, yeah, I knew I could count on you. He pockets it. All right, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to give you Class A authorization. Do you know what that means?
Highest
Fuck,
level.
no.
Me
Actually,
neither.
Yeah, I probably do.
Well, he's like, I don't know, but it'll help you get into some of the basic areas. Still, some of the classified will be... It's usually for guests. People dropping off, picking up package. You get how it goes around here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you just dropped off some packages.
Yeah, totally.
He giggles, he pushes, he says, all right, I got you. He says, so here, take these.
Look over to one of you like, oh my god, please.
He hands out these little badges, and he says, okay, now just hold them in front of your faces for a second, all right? Does everyone do that? He presses a button and lasers shoot out of him like in lines and scan your face, and your face ends up imprinted on the card. And he says, all right, now that I've got your IDs here, it'll be bound to the clearance levels, all right? Yeah. It's pretty dope, ain't it?
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Sure.
I've got a question, Overseer. So
Me too.
When it scans my face, does it take the holographic?
No. Or yeah, it takes your new thing, because even though you've got a holographic, the critters are still on your face. So we're gonna say it passes. Well.
Okay.
I'm gonna say it's gonna pass for now because I didn't think of that ahead of time, and that's something that I probably should have thought of ahead of time. But we're just gonna let it go for now.
All right.
All right. He says, yeah. So, hey, Rictus, man, how you doing? It's been a long time. What can I do for you?
It's been literally a couple days since I talked to you.
What brings you here to my workplace? What can I do for you?
Going to the old landing pad. Gotta go there for a bit.
Oh, you need some passes. I'll tell you what, I'll let you in, but you gotta hook me up with some moss.
Hey, buddy. I point to the pass. I already have one.
Oh, right. From last time, right? I remember that. Okay, I didn't know it lasted that long. Well, good for you. He says, all right. He hits the button and kind of passes you through. He says, just, the works. Just show it at that little, the thing over there. You've got it. It's fine.
Yeah.
You walk up and you guys slide your badges in front of these like little round eye things, and the doors slide open. And as you're passing, he says, hey, Richter, man, long time no see. Good to see you. Clearly, this guy's memory is not super great.
Oh,
so the real question is why is he working security?
The real question is, how does he remember me at all?
Because you probably frequent.
Right?
Probably do.
You're stuck in his long term. All right.
This guy's been smoking. He says way too much of it.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask, as an evidence guard, for my alter ego, would Chimera know of the side effects of this moss?
Yeah, it can cause memory loss and lightheadedness. Some people love the memory loss for forgetting their problems. They also like the lightheadedness because it's like floating on cloud nine. There's no danger to it. It doesn't have any like any long-term effects other than short-term memory loss.
I kind of do like a little side glance over to Chimera. I say, "Don't ever ask where I have this, and don't ever ask where I get it."
All right, guys, we gotta go. We can save this conversation for later.
We're gonna tack on another 5 minutes for the discussion that went back and forth because of memory.
We're at 55. So are we in zone 2 now?
No, you've just got into the building.
Oh no.
But now we have free reign.
Well, you have whatever access. What did I say? I should have wrote that down. What was it? C, A
Level
what?
A.
Level A.
Level 8.
Level A
Yeah.
clearance.
For guests.
That sounds good.
It's either the top or the bottom.
All right, so you guys come in and there are busy drones or droids or automated, delivery systems running around. In my mind, it's a lot like what Amazon warehouse looks like, with just robots everywhere delivering stacks of stuff to other places. And there's an occasional people kind of helping along. And you guys come in, and there's in the center of this building, there's an outline of what looks like elevators. So as you go towards the center is empty, and on the outside facing outwards are elevators, like glass elevators that go up straight, and each one can stop at a different floor or something along those lines. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
You can spot. Somebody asked about a control panel earlier.
Yes.
Yes, you actually spot several access points, kind of off the beaten path, in the distance.
I'm gonna need to access one.
Well, you can do that, but there are people walking around that might spot you. So in order to get to it without anybody seeing, you're gonna have to have some sort of distraction to draw their attention. So, did White Dragon write any of his, story down anywhere? I'm trying to find some stuff on it, and I couldn't find any, flavor.
Hey, there's a guy at a homeless shelter.
Well, yeah, no, I know that, but is it written down, on your character sheet or something?
Not in the character sheet, no.
Okay, because that's what I'm looking at. All right. So you'll need to come up with some sort of plan to draw their attention away from it to access it. White Dragon, a man of mystery.
So what exactly are we distracting? Some droids or some people?
Well, droids probably aren't paying too much attention. Can I call them droids? Is that trademarked or something?
Yeah, maybe drones, I guess.
I
Drones.
think it's a general term. I think it's fine.
Please don't sue me, Lucas. Actually, Disney, because George Lucas doesn't own it anymore. Anyways, yeah, I would agree. It's probably general enough that it's not an issue. But anyway, so you got droids running around. But there's only about 4 or 5 people kind of moseying in the area of concern. So while...
Why don't I just go up and talk to him?
You can go.
Be
You
the
can do
man,
that.
Mystery man in the middle, be trying to talk to all the people, saying, "Hey, how's the workday going along so far?" And talk about our fake product.
Get some interviews with them.
Yeah, I'm a reporter.
Okay.
It's my job.
Okay, so does White Dragon want to try to help in any way?
I'll see what I can do.
Okay, then. What about Chimera?
Is gonna be looking around the area, see if there's a direct entrance or direct pathway to loading zone 2.
Yes, our Overwatch.
Okay.
I need to access the panel so we can get a map of the area, is what I'm trying to do.
Yeah. So I'm trying to distract 4
All
or
right,
5 people
so,
by trying to interview them.
Yeah, so let's start with Chimera. You spot off in the distance, or up against a wall. You spot a general idea, signs that kind of point to where each of the elevators go and where are some of the general areas. Meanwhile, our buddy Demon Cloak, Rictus.
Ravis Richter. You're kind of combining the two,
Ravis.
but I thought it was always on purpose, and I'm just going to let it
Ravis.
slide every time.
No, I really am just bad with names, aren't I? So you approach these people and you kind of reach out to them. Hey, you know, kind of come here. They kind of look at you. They got their clipboards. They're doing some work. They're counting some stuff, and you keep kind of nudging them, and they're like, fine. And a couple of them walk over. He says, it's almost the end of my shift. What is it you want?
No, don't mean.
You know I got a job to do.
I have a job.
I can't do that when you're distracting us. And then
now
they're starting to kind of complain how they ain't got time for this shit. Blah blah blah. Go ahead.
Hey, you know, like, look, I have a job too, and this I gotta pay the bills too.
Yeah, well,
you're still on the clock, and I have to get information.
Yes, but I am on the clock till this job is done, and the more time that I waste doing this, the less time that I'm doing that, which is going home.
Based.
Who told you that?
I don't know.
Kind of
I assume goes on around here. You're in a super billionaire company, aren't you?
What kind of a? Do you know what they say about assumptions? You hear? Yeah, you tell them, Billy. Do you know what they say about assumptions?
Good enough to get distraction.
Yes, yes. And so he just starts berating your intelligence, right?
I'm just sitting here like, fuck it, whatever.
People the guy who would be finished by talking by now had he just somebody answered the question in the first place.
So Stella Nova, you Richter has got him. Ravis has got him drawn. Their attention drawn. You kind of scurry over. You see the control panel. You might be able. You can see kind of the little tiny screen and all the little buttons, little holographic kind of stuff going on. There's some bolts on the sides. What is it you would like to try to do? What is your goal?
So, my goal is twofold. First, I want to see if I can find a map or a layout or even like a direct path from here to Zone 2.
Okay.
So that's the first thing. The second thing is I want to see if I can quickly, if it's possible to quickly look at security footage to see if I can spot the person that we're looking for in Zone 2, so I can know exactly where we're trying to go.
Okay, well, first, give me a tech check for the to access the route and holographic mapping.
Okay.
Meanwhile, White Dragon, a person is one of the people starting to get kind of huffy, and it's like, this is such a waste of time. What does that guy even do? Is he like your cameraman?
Yeah, actually.
Yes.
That's why he got the baseball cap on. He doesn't have to dress up for work like I do, and I show my vintage tie, which I'm sure will garner some attention, and they might look at me more dumb, and I'm hoping that's just going to keep them distracted about the stupid tie.
So where's his camera?
We live in the future. It's on his... Do you... I thought you guys were the billionaire
In my
company.
contacts, Jackwagon.
Oh, you got those fancy ones. All right, that's pretty cool.
What happened to you guys being smart?
Well, just because everyone's in the future does not make them smart.
Yeah, that's
I would agree that there's.
I would instigate.
I would say I would agree that people that are there's dumber people now than there was 20 years ago. But anyway, so he says starts rambling on about your cool contacts. So yeah, man, those things are probably really expensive. Where did you get them? Hollow Shack? I think
Company bought them for me.
I think I just saw Seth die inside.
I had a visceral reaction to that.
What? Nobody's a fan of Hollow Shack?
I'm about it.
He says, "Oh man, that's pretty cool. Your company is willing to do this. You know what ours paid for? Nothing. See this?
Really?
He grabs his shirt and says, I paid for it. These pants, I paid for it. This
Actually,
mop,
hold
okay, yeah, they paid for the mop.
I interject where I was like, no, hold on. That might be better than what I'm trying to interview right now with one of the other guys. Hold on, let's talk about your company a little bit. How about how they're not paying you guys? Hold up.
Oh,
Hold on,
as soon as you say that, they swarm to you about all their concerns. They start going about not getting paid enough, overworked hours, short on manpower. The rants just start coming.
I'm writing it down. This is for my real job.
Oh yeah, right.
This is great.
All right, and while before I get back to Stella, Chimera, as you're standing there, looking at this kind of directional board, you look at it and it's got like the names of the people that run the company and all the associated partners on there and all that sort of stuff, and a big, slender, probably 6.5 foot tall man walks up next to you, and kind of looks down at you. Looks back at it and says, "What do you think? It's impressive, isn't it?" And
Yes.
you realize that he's pointing at a board that's got a list of like all the proprietors and the people that have run the CEO and basically a list of like the board. Says, "Yeah, it is impressive. I'm gonna make it there one time. It's just gonna take time. Whereabouts you at on there?" And you realize it's basically a list of important people. So he's assuming, since you're looking at it, A, you're important, or B, you're not.
You're wishing you were important.
Yeah, right. It says, "I'm right there," and he points down at the bottom, and you see towards the bottom, and you see that it's like a council board leader or some of some sort. Somebody of mild importance, but still got room to grow. You know what I mean? It says, it says Samuel J. Laxon. And it says, "What do you think? Where you at on there? Got a ways to go, don't we?"
I'm just making sure that him, and I point to
The
Rick-
crowd.
make sure that nothing happens. Oh, he's gonna be fine. He's had worse.
Are you sure?
Oh
Say
yeah.
he's what is he? A council member leader?
He's like a board leader of some sort. Of Rummer now. I'm just gonna leave it vague as a board leader because I got a plan on what I want to do, but I don't know enough about it.
Okay. This is Samuel J. Laxon.
Yeah, because I am not creative at all.
I'll spell it with an X. for
There's a
Laxon.
name generator.
Yeah, I had one of those, but I forget those quicker than the ones that I mix up really important people that make me make funny puns and situations. He says, "So, you just here to help him, huh?"
Yeah,
Yep.
but like I said, he's been through much worse than that.
Let's see.
As I'm trying to corral the crowd, like, hold on, I gotta get you to talk.
So he walks over to the big kind of board, kind of cleans it up a little bit so the hologram projects nice and clear. It's like, we got to take care of ourselves. Business is business, but you can't forget the little people, you know?
Right.
This business used to be great. It used to have purpose. People used to be happy. Now look at them. He points over to the group that's surrounding Richter. Shit, what is it? Ravis?
Ravis
Fuck!
Richter.
Ravis.
That's okay.
Too many R's, man. Anyway, at Ravis, and he says, "See that? You don't think I can't hear him?" And then he turns, and you can see his ears are kind of abnormally large. I know what they're saying. I'm gonna fix that someday, you know. Well, all right. It was a pleasure meeting you, but I got a board meeting to get to. You see this? He points at his name on the plaque. It's going to be there someday, and he points right at the top where it says CEO. It's going to be me. You watch. And all these angry employees, they're going to come to work happy. They're going to be satisfied. I'm going to take care of them instead of taking care of our own pockets.
Right.
Tell your buddy to report on that. And he says,
I will certainly do that.
he hands him. He hands you a button. He says, "Here's my card." And sure as shit, as soon as it hands, and put a little tiny version of him goes up, and it starts spieling about who he is and what he does, and all the contact you need to get a hold of him. He says, "Tell your reporter friend, if he wants a real story, to reach out." And then he kind of moseys on by and back, heads to one of the elevators. Stella Nova, what was your Arcana check? Or your tech check? Technology.
I just want to say, that guy's so wholesome. I love that guy.
Yeah. Well, I didn't want to fill the world with only dickheads. Like, when I was thinking about it the last time, hadn't come up with a name with him yet. I want somebody that's not an asshole. Dude, I love Sam Jackson.
Yeah.
He's only an asshole to dickheads.
That's right.
So we'll see how it goes. Anyways, so his name was inspired by, because I'm not creative. But good. Don't forget him, because he's going to come back. Somebody write that down in the notes. Because I don't know why I bother keeping this notes and not just typing it in the thing, but there's some stuff I don't want you guys to see.
Right.
All right. So what was your check? Because it took forever to get there.
It's all good. It's an 18.
All right. So you start. You're no fool. You don't have to go through the traditional ways. Your little gizmo gadget comes out of your nanotech comes out with your integrated tools and jacks in, and you start feeding yourself information. You quickly are able to pinpoint where Zone 2 is. It is on the 3rd level. Based on what you can tell, your security clearance isn't great, but it's not terrible. It'll allow you to get to some places, but some of the business offices and stuff are not accessible. But the docks and stuff are with limits. Specifically, this tag expires within a few hours. So eventually it won't get you where you need to go. That time limit is 3 hours. So we're going to keep that down from when you got it. Man, it's almost like time's going to be important. I wonder what the hell Justin's thinking. Anyways, bombs weren't enough. What did you say? So you were able to quickly get that information. You start siphoning through some of the camera. How much time are you going to spend watching footage? Because that's going to hit the old timer.
I don't want to spend much time. I just want to spend like maybe a minute or two just while they're distracted. And
you're going through specifically through Zone 2's cameras?
Yeah, specifically through Zone 2 footage. Probably. I mean, obviously, we probably don't need to look at even like office footage, because I'm assuming he's not going to be in an office. I mean, he could be, but
yeah, but this is a loading zone.
Yeah.
So
let's be fair. If he's not in the loading zone, then he probably is in an office.
So you start scanning through the footage pretty quickly, and you do see the workers and the drones and the droids or whatever doing kind of taking stuff in, ships coming in. You put it on 4 times speed, so you're watching the hologram pretty quickly. And while you don't spot anybody that matches the snitch's description, you do spot a non-random pattern. There is a particular droid, while all the other ones seem to be doing specific tasks, and they're all moving the exact same way on almost a loop, because they're programmed to do that. You see there's one that occasionally stops and acts kind of strange, and then goes off screen, and then comes back on screen, but comes from a different area, and then seems to be going from different areas that doesn't match the pattern of all the other drones. Or droids. I really should I'm going to call them droids for now. The Roombas.
So, how different did these drones look than the ones that we've interacted with previously?
So these ones are basically just like stackers. They basically just pick up crates and move them and set them down. There's others that just have brooms on them that are sweeping the floor and shit. You have most of them are just like have little stackers on them and they pick up stuff and drop them off. You ever watch BattleBots? How they got the big giant they got like 4 wheels and like some death machine on the front. These have a little lift on them, and that's all they do. They're not like humanoid or anything like that. They're probably about a foot off the ground. At this point, you kind of overhear as you're trying to look through these. And it says, and let me tell you about our breaks, okay? They give us 1 break for a 12-hour shift. Can you believe that? 1 break. How does Ravis respond?
I can't even believe that. That's ridiculous.
I know, that's what we're saying. And of course, guess what happens? Belly, she tried to get a group of us together to kind of fight the man. You know what they did? They fired her. And then you hear in the back, well, we don't know if they fired her. We just haven't seen her since.
I mean, that's well, you know what? I can write down that they fired her. And you know what that means? That's gonna make the company look bad. You know what that's gonna do? Hopefully get her job back for one, and then on top of that, maybe they'll start giving you guys some more breaks after the public backlash starts going through.
I have to ask, as a player, did you just miss the fact that she just disappeared?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay. Like she just is gone. Like.
Matter.
All right, so you kind of hear that this rambling continues.
Fired. Who cares?
She was disappeared.
So,
she was disappeared.
And one of them turns and looks directly at White Dragon. And I hope that you all understand how bad it is, all right? This is supposed to be the city of the future, right? But look, the people here are just as bad as before. And they're kind of, she's got her finger in your face there, White Dragon. Because she's talking to the camera in your eyes. She says, and you feel like she's kind of attacking you. What are you going to do about this, huh? Are you going to help us?
6 feet, lady.
Fucking, there's not a pandemic.
I gotta get the full view of the camera, man.
the camera's got zoom, buddy. All right. So at that point, the only thing you were able to pick up is that you identified the location of Zone 2, as well as there is a droid walking or driving around in a pattern that's
Irregular.
So it's a random pattern compared to all the other ones. I think I said non-random pattern, and that's backwards. It's irregular pattern compared to all the rest that are non-random.
So, and we're not looking for a drone. We're looking for a person.
Nope.
Right?
She gave you a short, brief description. I know I did not, but she gave you a brief description of what Snitch looks like.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I guess it's supposed to something else, but.
All right. So then what I'm gonna do is I am gonna close out of the panel there, and I'm gonna call to the rest of everybody because I see that they're in a heated discussion. I'm gonna like whistle, be like, hey guys, let's get going, please. Almost kind of like a manager. Being like, let's keep on track, y'all.
Oh, right. Sorry. Forgot about the meeting. Sorry, guys.
No, wait. We got so much more to do. Like, how do we get a hold of you? There's so much going on. We could be your eyes and ears in here, buddy.
I pull out a button.
You got a button?
To him. I'm a reporter. Of course I have a button.
All right, so you hand him it, and he clicks it. What does he see?
You see, it's an image of me that pops up, and the weird fucking zip tie and fucking or zip up tie and the collar, and the first thing it says is it's a stupid thing on. God, I hate this thing.
That's great.
Because he hates doing any of this work.
That's
he's
funny.
like,
job he hates.
He's like, Ravis Richter here. if you have this, that means you have my contact info. You can find me through. And then he says an array of letters or whatever.
Okay. All right. He says, "Fine, cool, dude," and sticks it in his pocket or whatever. So you guys make it towards one of the nearby elevators. All the elevators are glass around this sphere. You got Stella Nova is kind of leading you guys up. It goes up a couple floors. Any plan as this thing is going up, or you're just gonna get off and go?
Well, first off, I pass Richter the button from the executive. If you want information from the top area, use this. Apparently, he has a support for those workers. Samuel J. Laxon, some sort of counselor of the board for the company.
How did you get
That's that name. You did that's awesome. Oh, that's great.
How
You're
did you
asking how
get this?
Well, I was looking for anything that would help us find Zone 2, and he walked up to me at a board that I represented that has the list of every serious member of the company. He was at the way bottom of the board food chain, by the way, but
He was on the board.
He's on the board. Yeah, but he intends to make it to the top one day, and hopefully, with the support of those workers, you might get the help you need. If you work in conjunction, if your story works in conjunction with his, you might get one heck of a company takeover on his part.
And then he'll owe me. It's good.
Gears are turning.
So
Hey.
great things happening here, guys. But you need to just follow me once we get out of this elevator. However, I wanted to let you all know, and I assume we're near the end of the elevator ride.
It's coming to an end.
Just want you to know, where there is a drone that may or may not be problematic. There is one that was not following a set pattern. So I don't know if that is a security drone, or something along the lines of trying to find footage, whether from the company or not. So something to keep an eye on.
Well, I ran into worse things as a reporter. And with this company, so well, these things come and go.
Alrighty. You guys get off. The elevator there, and it comes to a ding, and it says, "Have a great day." As you exit the elevator. Now things are starting to get kind of uncomfortable. As you are walking down the hall, down in the distance, you can see the area has several patrols of DRT troops in the areas. I'm not going to say like there's an entire army, but there's certainly enough patrols. Yeah, there's certainly enough patrols in the area to be problematic, especially if they're rocking biosensors, which they all do, as far as you guys know, which can identify deviants. Which you guys have seen. You've ran into them. Have they beep, 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 scanned you, and then identified who you were?
Yeah, me and White Dragon ran into one of those, and I said, "Hey, I'm Ravis Richter, just heading home from my work."
Yep.
I immediately find a place for cover.
All right. So, there's a couple doors that go left and right, and you run up to one, and you put your badge to it, and it goes, and it doesn't open. You run to another one, doesn't open. There is a... Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, it's like a loud whisper. I'm like, hey, stick with me.
All right.
You kind of run back. Okay. I assume you guys are just going to walk with... You're taking the lead there, Stella?
I believe.
We've got our press badges.
We have everything. Well, we have security badges. I'm the only one with the press pass.
Yeah.
That's
So,
that's a
I
good
mean, we
point.
should be relatively
You gotta
okay.
go in with confidence.
Confidence solves a lot of it, though I guess against machines, maybe that doesn't really work.
But I wanted to ask, would I have recognized that one drone that as a DRT drone?
No, it's just a drone that works. The one on the camera, they are all
Yeah.
property of Vault. They all are just they're working as far as you know. They work there or are a part of it. That's the way, as far as you know, anyway.
Sure.
All right.
So
So you guys start making your way up, and the patrol does a Terminator kind of walk. They see you, and they kind of start walking your way. Deviants. Deviants. Halt. What is your business here? I don't know why my drone sounds like that. What is your business here? Give him a robotic voice.
I don't suppose we can really lie to a drone. I mean, we can lie, but it'll just
Probably
check its
have-
database and it'll decide whether or not we're right or wrong.
Well, and that's that. And as players, I want to remind you, the DRT drones record everything. They are sensitive to inaccurate information because they can access the net pretty live during conversation.
Mhm.
So it makes them very hard to
Deceive.
Yes. Not saying that you can't do it. If they don't, like, for instance, with your superpowers, if you're in your suit and they haven't made that connection, you can say, well, that's not me. They're not going to know, right? But they are constantly monitoring every time they run into deviants. So I haven't shown you guys, but every time you encounter one, I'm tracking your encounter because they're basically all connected and remember that information. So the goal is for them to start to correlate events with your locations and ongoings, right? So they look for non-random patterns. That's something for you as the players to know. Everyone knows in the world that, or everyone knows that these creatures, or these beings, these robots, whatever they are, these automatons, are very difficult to deceive because of that. So take that however you want. They can be lied to, but if you get caught in that lie, they're all going to know, sort of thing.
Right.
So just keep that in mind. State your business. I really feel like they should have a really cool voice. State your business. No, that's not
I was kind of
badass
thinking
enough.
of the battle droids from Phantom Menace. You know how they spoke.
Roger, Roger.
No, not that.
Oh.
But more like, the,
That's what I want to do now.
more like their default tone. You know, where are you taking them?
Oh, there you go. I can do that. State your business. Roger, Roger.
I think more ED209 from RoboCop.
Anyways, so you have been addressed by this small squad of DRT.
I'm gonna nudge Ravis.
Of course you do.
How do you want to do this, Austin?
You're literally a press person, which is why I nudged you, because you're not gonna lie. Yeah, or you could just not lie. Say you're here for press, kind of.
Yeah, but a press guy doesn't really belong in a landing zone. You would just meet in an office. Though I guess the DRT wouldn't really know that, I guess. They're just robots. I'm here to... Hold on. I need to think. Because I can't say I'm here to meet with Jimmy because...
He's downstairs.
He's downstairs, and he's just a security guy. I'm here. I'm here to have a talk with Samuel J. Laxon. My people who I were talking to said that he was around this area. At least that's what I was told. And that's why we have these badges. And then I pull out the button with Samuel J. Laxon.
Nice.
I
You're
can't
welcome.
believe this shit right now.
They go, You see a kind of a little scanner thing go up and down off of his shoulder,
I
scanning
assume
you.
they
He says,
wouldn't know exactly where he is, considering
"No,
they're just
they
patrolling
wouldn't."
this
They go,
area.
"Understood, Roger, Roger." they just and start walking away, or they walk past you towards the elevators. And you have, I'm not, if you're wondering, I didn't, that was with the little die, that was spot on. I didn't even want to make you roll for that. So that was pretty good.
I was like, Jesus Christ, I don't have.
Could say it was a passive deception.
It was
Passive deception.
It was a white lie. 'Cause
Well, you could be here to see him at
I
some
could
point.
Absolutely.
So anyways, why else would you have the badge?
No.
Nice.
Exactly.
He had seen your face, so he would know who you are on a basic level. Not your name, but he knows your face.
That's all that matters. As long as I am recognizable to this man, nothing else matters. Because then I can be like, oh, hey, Samuel, I was here to talk to you. He's like, oh, yes, you're the one who was talking to all my workers.
All right, so you guys start making your way through this massive structure. It's a long ass hike. You're bobbing and weaving, and you're going in and out of the different passageways. As you're going through, some of the rooms you can see into them, and you can tell are just some sort of storage units. Others are long hallways on the other sides of the doors that lead to other parts of the building. It's very busy here. There are drones going along the floors. There's machines hanging from the ceilings, all carrying packages every which way. And it's constantly, everything around you is in motion all the time. People are walking by, going from place to place. As you guys finally you see a holographic title that basically says you've entered Zone 2. And as you walk out onto this platform, it is very vast. I mean, it is like several football field size platform that hangs basically off the side of the building. You guys hang on a second. I'm trying to figure something out really quick.
I also have a question.
Yep, go ahead.
How much time has passed at this point? Last check-in was when we walked into the building.
So you're down, I would say, between the discussion with the distraction of the guard, the people, the infiltration of the computer, and up the elevator and interacting with the DRT guys, we're gonna add probably 15 minutes to that.
Oof. We're at 40 minutes.
That's not bad. So you guys come out in this big landing pad, and you see smaller ships landing, picking up some of the. It's really strange to see because the ships themselves don't actually land. They basically hover over a canister and then magnetic or gravitational fields activate, much like an old alien would suck somebody up, right? They basically hover over top of it, and it sucks it up and attaches it to the base, and then they fly off. And you see several of them coming in and then leaving entirely. Other ones are landing on this platform, going up, and then going to other platforms, and back and forth. And, of course, you can see all the drones kind of wandering with the different boxes left and right. And everyone give me a perception check.
20. 19.
11.
17.
19.
21.
Nice.
Okay, there you go.
So first of all, you guys, the thing that gets you is the The air out here, there's a nice breeze kind of coming in. The sound and the rumbling of the containers comes more from them being moved on the drones than anything else. But as they like smash up against the bottom of the transport ships, it's kind of noisy. And in all this, you spot you spot a couple different things. Stella, first thing you notice is you spot the drone that you were looking for. You were just looking for non-random patterns, but you actually noticed that this one had a slightly flatter wheel than some of the other ones, and you spot its weird erratic movement pretty quickly. Rictus, you spot a nice looking twin tentacle woman piloting a one of the like little manual carts. I don't know what you want to call it. It's like a manual lift. It's not driven by a drone, but it basically has the same build, and she's just kind of riding on top of it. And then White Dragon, you actually hear spot a ship that is transporting is just now landing as it's dropping off some cargo, and it has a in the passenger seat of the cockpit you can spot a very short muscular woman with a ponytail pulled tight back in the front as she's dropping off a package. What does I'm gonna actually go White Dragon. Since you're at the
I actually
top.
rolled a 17 on my perception.
Yeah. Did I give you any information yet?
No, you didn't use my name.
I know. So wait your turn.
Okay, sorry.
Jesus. That's what I just said. I'm gonna start with White Dragon since he's actually at the top of the initiative, just to make this easier to track. And then yeah. So you actually recognize the person in the cockpit.
Right.
So you actually reached out to this person ahead of time. How did you do that?
Oh. This we sent her a message through a couple, what's the word I'm looking for? Proxy servers.
Okay. So you reached through the net through some proxy servers? Why did you contact this person?
In case we need a backup plan for a way out if things go south.
Okay, so how did you know this person?
This individual is the one who smuggled me into Cobalt City in the first place.
Do they have a name?
Her name is Tiana.
All right. So you kind of waver in. Chimera, you actually you see a set of other DRT squad moving towards the ship that White Dragon is waving to. So I need to know, starting with White Dragon, what action are you going to take? Or, well, you guys can collectively decide, I guess. So what is the plan of attack? You guys got a couple things. White Dragon, the person you contacted for a potential escape, has arrived. Demon Cloak, Stella, you actually spotted the drone that was acting strange. What did I forgot what clue I gave
It's like a tire.
Rictus.
Oh, you said I found a nice twin tentacle head lady.
Yeah.
Driving a almost a forklift.
Okay, yes. And then Chimera, you see the DRT arriving, and you believe they'll probably be, they're approaching that transport. They'll probably be there in a matter of maybe like 10 minutes at the rate, 5 minutes at the rate they're walking at. So
Right.
you guys have to decide what your goals are, which actions you're going to take, and how you're going to pursue those.
Um. You don't know what the options are. I mean,
Well,
I don't know what an evidence guard has pull over DRT. Probably not much.
I have no idea.
probably not much at all since they're two separate entities.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
So, okay. You guys are looking for this person. You know what she looks
Right.
like. You know she's in this area. You don't see her. Otherwise, I would have told you that, right?
Right.
You know that the DRT are wandering around. White Dragon knows the contact to escape is here. That you
Okay.
can't. That is used to escape is here. And the people of note, or the person of note, is the woman on the stacker, which does not match the description. And then you have a strange, abnormal droid, whatever the hell it is, that Stella has identified.
So you think I could walk up to the woman and be like, "Hey, have you seen so and so?"
If that's what you'd like, you can certainly try.
Is that a horrible idea? I feel like that's not a bad idea, right?
You can certainly try.
I'll give it a go. Why not?
Okay.
There's no objections. I'm gonna do it.
So you walk over to the lady on the stacker. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, I was just gonna say, just mention something about Samuel.
Yeah, that's my cover.
Keep that lie going.
Keep
Yeah,
keep
just-
that in your back pocket.
Confidence, guys. Confidence.
All right, you
I approach with confidence.
you approach up and she's lifting up her material, moving it from point A to point B, and she
I try
swerves
and,
and
like, motion.
she doesn't see you, so she swerves and then kind of startled as she looks. It's like, what in Sam hell? I almost ran you over there, fella. You should not be walking in this area. It's dangerous when you don't have an orange crust vest or a mobile tank like I do.
Hi. Can we talk for just a few moments?
Oh, I got
Not
some
much of
work
the
to do. I got to make sure this material
Few
gets
seconds of
on
your
for that
time.
next transport. You already took up a few seconds. I ain't got time, darling. All right,
Have
I got
you
things to
seen-
do.
Samuel, do you know him, the board guy?
Yeah, who doesn't know him? He's a really nice guy. I once met him, and she starts rambling how she met him sitting at a table eating lunch. And she just kind of keeps going and going and going.
He's looking for somebody, and I say the description of the person we're looking for.
Yeah, me too. I've been searching for a pretty long time. I haven't found the one yet, to be honest. But I'm not gonna stop searching.
Have you seen this person? Samuel's looking for them. Have you seen them?
And then you give the description.
Yes.
Says, not that I
Or at
reckon.
least recognize. Is
not-
this a coworker of yours?
Maybe there's a lot of people that I work with. I'm kind of antisocial. People don't like talking to me, and I don't really know why. It's just one of those things. They kind of just keep on themselves, and they don't bother me too much. And I've tried to make friends, but nobody ever wants to hang out with me, and I don't really know why. And she's just, the more she talks, the faster she gets. Give me an insight check.
I am just a natural 20. Holy
He's
shit.
on
What is
fire!
what is going on?
I'm
What are you,
not
cursing
fudging the
the roll?
rules. I swear.
So she says,
That's regular 20.
you can so when you give the description, something in her eye, maybe a twitch or a look of shock kind of appears, but disappears just as quickly as it arrives. Yeah, I don't really recognize. I don't know. I know a lot of people though. I'll tell you what. Let me tell you about Sally over in Zone 8, man. That woman, she just starts ranting about how she always steals your food.
All right,
and
I'm
blah,
gonna
blah,
move to
blah, blah.
intimidate this bitch. All right, I say
Okay.
cut the shit. You know this
Okay,
person.
we're gonna before you do that, we're gonna move on to somebody else. So White Dragon. What is White
that's like
Dragon
turning
doing?
things on
You,
fire.
you just saw Demon Rictus walk up to this woman and having a conversation. What are you going to do?
I take out my phone and text Tiana if she's seen somebody that matched the description of her contact.
So do you go talk to her, or do you just kind of messenger through your holo communicator?
Message.
All right. You get a message back says, well, you know, ideal. It just comes back and says, credits with question marks after it. You basically know she's probably gonna. Information isn't free, right?
I text her back, $, question mark.
It comes back with 25 credits.
And 25.
All right. Do you send it to her via the what is a I need a like a trait. What is it?
Credmo.
Cregmo?
Credmo, like credits.
Yep.
Yeah.
Credmo.
CREDMO.
All right. So you send it via
I feel like
Credmo.
that-
Credmo
like
app.
that.
It cha-chings and it comes back. Never heard of it. Sorry.
Max, I'm kind of used to it with her at this point.
She says, but I did get your message, and I'll escort you out of here whenever you need. But I still have work to do, so just shoot me a quick one, or shoot me a quick message when you're ready. All right. Wait.
Give back a thumbs up.
It says, wait, what's the cargo?
Hopefully nothing. Possibly 6 people.
6?
That's it? Question mark. Comes back. Credits? Question mark.
We already went over this.
Make an offer.
100.
How much?
100.
She sends a check mark for approve. Says contact me 5 minutes out, and then her ship kind of grabs a thing and then starts flying over to another part of the building, another outcropping. Chimera.
Okay, so there's the drone. There's the DRT. DRT is going to be problematic.
Absolutely are.
I really don't know what to do about this. I'm really stuck.
Well, let's analyze what you know is going to happen. What are all DRT going to do when they run into unauthorized or deviants, right?
Arrest them.
Well, if you're doing bad stuff, yeah. But right now, there's a person here or somewhere that is important that's got information that's probably not supposed to be here. So if you don't come up with a way to lure them away, that might that might have some sort of downfall. Once you do locate this person. Now you don't know that the person is right here, and they might just wander on by, and never be an issue. But is that a risk you're willing to take?
What if the DRT can just find them for us? We just go to the DRT. Hey, have you seen this person?
Jeez. That's funny.
Snitching on the snitch.
Ooh. Or I could make it a missing persons case.
Oh, well, that's smart. And you're an evidence guy, so you know how this shit works.
I'm an evidence guy, not a detective.
Yeah, but you know how the files get put in, so all you have to do is just put in the file later and say, "Oh yeah, there's totally a missing person on
You
this
know
case."
what?
Just manhandle that shit.
DM or
Yeah.
overseer, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
I'm gonna send you a private message on Facebook.
Okay, do it.
To see to spin that idea even further.
So go ahead and do that, and then I'll move on into Stella Nova, and then we'll come back once you've messaged me everything. Okay?
Okay.
All right, Stella Nova, what is your plan of
Yeah.
attack? You see
Yeah.
White Dragon's looking at his holocom. Your buddy Chimera is in thought, and Demon Cloak is talking to the locals.
So, I want to first see if there's any more information I can glean about this drone, specifically with my background in tech, of like, is it based on the model of it, or a pattern that I'm noticing, or something that it is doing?
So, yes. So you wander closely. I mean, these things aren't super fast, so you're able to kind of get close to it. And as you approach, you get a little you see the little model number on the side of it, and you start punching it into your exosuit data pad stuff. And some information comes back that it's an old, outdated model, and shouldn't be. It's been replaced since, so you don't know why it's bound. As you're checking the other models of the other ones going around, they are several years newer than this one. It was. Okay, I need a. How close are you willing to get to this thing?
I mean, I don't want to get too close, but if I'm approaching, I don't want to come from like an angle of like, like a front facing angle where it's gonna like capture my image.
Right. Okay. So the strange thing, as you're walking up to this thing and you're approaching it, and you can see all the little gizmos and stuff on top of it, you spot the strangest sight. Inside, there is a mouse or a rat caught in between all of the stuff. You see it looks like it might be gnawing on some of the circuits.
Oh, weird.
It's a strange thing. And the as it's chewing, it stops and it looks up at you. Give me an insight check.
Oh gosh.
Oh.
Is this our person?
That's what I'm thinking.
It'd be really weird.
Oh gosh. It's a 10.
And for a second you look at it, and it kind of looks like it's scared of you, and then it goes back gnawing on it, and then the thing just kind of takes off in a random direction, from it being gnawed on. The drone, the droid.
Yeah, I think we need to follow this drone.
I got some other things to take care of first. This person specifically.
Yeah. I'll be like, I'll do like, or I'll motion to Chimera, be like, hey, follow me.
Hold that thought, please.
All right. So
We all seem to be doing our own thing.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep track of all the different things that I've got going on.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys.
No, you're fine. You're fine. So White Dragon is losing money, making sure you guys got an escape plan. Demon Cloak, who I need to get back to, is about to intimidate the shit out of this person. And now we're going to go back to Chimera, who was formulating a plan to deal with the incoming DRT.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are you going to do?
So I'm going to carefully, peacefully approach the deities. Hands being shown forward, calm gesture, non-threatening. And when I get close to them,
Deviant, state your case.
Archangel.
Program recognized. More input needed.
Helping missing person's case, formulate a case for a missing person, and I give them the description.
Processing. And then after a few minutes, where was this person reported missing?
Not sure yet, but I'm told that they were here in this vicinity.
He says processing, and then you see his flash. He says, is this suspected deviant activity?
Not sure yet. The genetic identity of this person is unknown. We cannot determine if they are deviant or not yet.
Processing. Scanners activated. And they break apart and they start going and trying to help locate.
Interesting.
So that was a very cool use of your internal affairs stuff. So 10 cool points for that. All right, so I want to finish up Demon Cloak's interaction here. So Demon Cloak, this person just starts talking off your ear. You're getting pissed off. You see Stella Nova off in the distance start, shouting about something. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna interject her and say, cut the shit. You know this person. You need to speak up now. And I rolled for intimidation. And I
what'd you
got
get?
a 15.
Oh, she goes, look, sorry, dude. I don't know what you're talking about. I just work here. I don't have a lot of friends. And I try, I really do. But honestly, I don't know who you're talking about. I promise, okay? Just leave me. Let me do my job, okay?
I only needed this question answered, and I'll leave you alone.
She says, "Why?" You said, "Why do you look shocked?" She's like, "Look, she just told me to draw attention to any suspicious people. Okay, I've got nothing to do with it. You're suspicious. Hi. Now leave me alone. She didn't pay me enough for this."
Then where the fuck are they?
I don't know. Okay.
What do you mean you don't know? You talked to them. How long ago was this?
I don't know, like an hour. She gave me a little extra money, said she'd be my friend if I, was out here at this time, okay?
Where did she give you the money?
Through the Credmo?
Okay, but
how else would she do
how
that?
did she obtain your number and give you this money? Well, why would they give you it through an app? They're trying to be secretive.
Look, all I know is she told me that to be here at this time doing work. That was it. And she gave me the money and said would be my friend and eat lunch with me. Okay?
When did they say they'd eat lunch with you?
Oh, it's so exciting. So I've got this whole thing planned. Tomorrow at lunchtime, they're having my favorite. We're having meatloaf. Oh, it's so good. Let me tell you, they mixed in the hamburger in the pork, and it's just phenomenal. And she just starts ranting on it. It's like, I'm going to get 2 servings. I'm going to take care of her. Since she's going to be my new friend, we're going to have a lot of good fun. It's going to be great. I'm so excited. Finally, somebody's going to sit and talk to me, and yeah.
I highly recommend their ice cream, and I turn around and I walk away.
At that point, Stella Nova is shouting to everyone. That's your cue.
Like, hey, guys, it's kind of like a soft shout, or it's like more of that like stern mom feel.
You know
like,
what we have?
A stern mom.
Yeah, we all
Now
have
we have
earpieces. Yeah, we have comm links.
Boop, boop.
Yeah. But still, even with that, I'm
An
like,
excitement?
"Hey, guys, go over here."
So yeah, this thing is dashing away right now.
Well, it's better than what I was dealing with. I'm on my way.
I'm doing like a fast walk.
Oh,
trying
yeah.
to keep up, but also not look super suspicious running through this place.
Yeah, so
This
you're
is a
kind of
mouse?
did you tell him what you found? Or just say, hey, we gotta get that sort of thing?
I'm asking as the player, by the way.
Yeah, so there was a tiny little rat in the middle of all the gizmos chewing on the wires and shit.
Yeah, I've seen how fast a mouse runs. I wouldn't be surprised if a rat.
Well, it's inside
run
the drone.
It's inside the drone, chewing on it. And
Oh.
when she saw it, it shoots some more. Then the thing took off. The drone itself it's in took off, and now it's swerving through all the other drones in the area. And so you guys are going to give chase. Is that correct?
Sure.
At least I am.
So
I'll join in this endeavor.
I need to know what everyone's movement speed is.
Mine is 30, but if I use cunning action, it'll be doubled.
Okay.
Mine's 30, and
Mine's-
I'm gonna try and telekinetic pull this thing straight towards me.
Bastard. I forgot about that. Well, yeah.
Mine's
Well, we got to set the distance
Also
first.
30,
Yeah.
but I can dash as a bonus action. So.
So you got,
I
and
can
then
dash as a
Stella
minion.
Nova's at 30, and
Yeah.
Demon Cloak's at 30. All right.
Yeah.
So this
I
thing
can
takes
dash as an
off.
action and then pull as a bonus action. So.
So what's gonna happen is I need everyone to give me athletics checks.
Oh,
And
man.
what's gonna happen if you have cunning action, you're gonna have advantage on the check. And if you take the dash action, I will lower the DC a little bit. So that way, if you spend those resources, it'll make it easier to gain ground.
I got a 22
22 for Demon Cloak, and then okay.
because I am on the ball today.
Natural 20!
Woo! Finally, somebody besides him. Wait, you don't say natural 20 -1, or is it a nat 20 but you have a negative modifier?
He has a
That.
negative modifier.
Oh, that's sad. All right, so
That's
No,
for
it's a
my
negative.
that's for my first check.
okay, so that's for Chimera. What actions were you taking there, Chimera? Are you taking the cunning action and dash and move, or
Yes.
okay? And then what about White Dragon?
22.
Are you dashing, moving, and cunning action?
If that's what I have to do to get up to it, yeah.
Yep. And then Demon Cloak, you used your pull
I had a dash if I
and
had
a
to.
dash. Okay.
Yeah,
So that
I can
lowers
do
the DC.
both.
What was your roll? I'm sorry.
It was 22.
Okay. And then Stella Nova.
Yeah, I definitely need that DC fell because I got a 12, 13 minus 1. So
Okay.
I'm dashing.
Yeah. All right. So as you guys all take off, poor Stella Nova, you get kind of tripped up as you misread the situation. You're so focused on the drone that another one of those droids just smashes into you, and you get one of those "oh shit, my foot" sort of things, like if you kick something, and you kind of stumble over yourself during the chase. Both Demon Cloak, you dash forward, but it's a little out of your reach, so you reach out with your telekinetic push and pull, and you pull on it, slowing it down significantly. Both Chimera and White Dragon almost like blurs just right past you and get really, really close to it. Another second or two and they'll be able to catch up. The thing does a quick swerve and turns down a small hallway that leads back in towards the building off of the platform, and manages to elude you guys for a moment. You guys were able to gain on it a lot quicker because of the cunning actions and the telekinetic pull, but you now have to chase it down this tiny little hallway. As you're working your way and you're jumping over the drones. You see White Dragon jump and flip up over top of a drone carrying it, and for a second he stops for just a second and then flips off it and continues his dash. Chimera, you kind of swerve and kick, and you kind of do one of those. You jump around it from the side like
I'm sort of acrobatically parkouring the place.
Nice. There you go. Go with that. And then Demon Cloak is just running slow down, trying to tug and pull on it, and you can see the little wheels are kind of the little wheels are kind of burning a little bit of rubber as it's trying to get away as he's pulling it and slowing it down, and then it catches in down the hall. So we're gonna go another round, and if you have one like that, you'll probably catch it. I'll need athletics checks again with the same conditions, as long as you're using your powers for cunning action and. Now, don't get me wrong, you're not limited to these actions. For example, Demon Cloak used the pull. So if you've got a power you want to try to use, you can do that as well.
Got a 16. Don't really have
I
much
do,
beyond
but I'm going to
that.
sit on it for the time being. And 15.
I got a 16.
I rolled a 3.
Oof.
Yeah, I got a 2.
All right,
man.
so
Well, it is the two meatheads that would continue running.
So as White Dragon and Demon Cloak, you guys managed to kind of funnel into the hallway one after the other after leaping over top of several. White Ninja leaps over top of a passerby with a clipboard who's doing whatever she's doing. And then poor Demon Cloak kind of just smashes into this person, knocks this poor lady into the wall. Her clipboard and her paperwork goes everywhere. And then both Stella and Chimera try to go into the opening at the same time and kind of for a second get kind of stuck side by side as they're trying to run through this hallway. They kind of just, and you guys kind of look at each other, one at a time, one at a time. One of you backs off and the other one chases. You guys get down there. You're within a short distance away, White Dragon and Demon Cloak, and Stella and Chimera are a medium distance away at this point. Is there any action or anything you have to catch up to that you want to activate there, either White Dragon or Demon Cloak?
I don't want to use Action Surge yet.
I was gonna say me neither. I mean, I can dash and then I can try and pull it again
Okay.
if it tries to escape.
Well,
Well, if it's a short distance, can I use my movement and then just try and grab this thing?
Well, the athletics check was you doing the running.
movement?
Yeah.
Okay.
Instead of just saying you move 30 feet, it's just better to run a skill challenge with skills and then give you bonuses and stuff for movement and whatnot. But since everyone had 30, the only ones that really mattered were the cunning action and then whether you chose to took the dash, which lowered the DC.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'll definitely. We get it back on a short rest anyway. I'll action surge, so I'll dash and then try and grapple this thing.
Okay, are you trying to grapple the drone or are you trying to reach your hands into the equipment and grab the mouse? Or the rat or whatever it is? Choose wisely, my son.
I was gonna say I can't choose both. Damn.
I mean,
I'll say up to this point, they probably, cause I didn't communicate that there was a rat in there. As I see
That's
them getting
true.
close, I'll be like, hey, there is a rat. That's what we're after.
You hear, rat, where? Ah! And then you hear in the other sides of the doors all the women screaming and freaking out. And some guys too. So what are you going to do?
I don't know what I want to do. You know what? I'll actually just I'll dash and then I'll get like either right behind it or like right in front of it, whichever way you want to do this, and then I'm gonna telekinetic push or pull it towards White Dragon.
What's that? The
So I'm
drone?
It's the rat's
Or
inside
the rat.
drone.
Yes.
So the
So you're
idea is I'm pushing the drone because the rat's inside it towards him. So that way he only has to do 15 feet, which I know doesn't really mean a whole lot right now, but
Well, it makes the DC go down, basically. The closer you are, the
Yeah.
easier it is to catch, right? So,
Yeah,
so you use your telekinetic push or pull. There is a saving throw on that, if I'm not mistaken.
it is a strength save.
And so as you pull on it and rip on it, its wheels stutter and it drops back just a second, but then it goes free because I rolled a 17 straight. I didn't even give it any modifiers.
Damn. Unlucky. Well, I'm right next to it, so I guess it's within range now.
Yeah.
So I can dash.
So, that was White Dragon gonna try anything? Or are you gonna wait, ready your action?
I'm gonna hold on to the Action Surge for now.
Okay, Stella Nova, a medium distance away, you can see it. It's just a moment before that thing ends up at a fork at the end of the hallway, and you're gonna lose sight of it. Is there anything you want to try to do?
I don't know that there's anything I can do that doesn't involve using weapons, and I really don't want to pull out weapons at this point.
This is probably a terrible place to blow something up.
Yeah.
No.
All right.
This was a bad session to switch out my cryofoam for implosion.
Implosion.
That's actually, you could try that. It does damage, though, I think.
Yeah, it does have damage, so I think we would kill this rat.
Yeah, I don't know if we want to go about that.
All right. What about Chimera? Remember, you have your shape-shifting now, too, and that's a bonus action.
Yeah.
So you could shift into a creature or something that's way faster than you.
And I do have something that's a 1/4, which I'm assuming that
It's
that
actually up to 1. That was the way I had it early on. You can pick a monster of CR1 or lower.
Okay.
So that was the way it was originally. I beefed it up a little bit.
So I'm gonna use my wild shape ability to turn into a panther, which, using the stats, it has a speed of 50 feet. So here's how I'm going to flavor this.
Nice. Let's hear it.
My red eyes from my disguise begins to glow, and blue sparks begin to appear from each side. Next thing you know, there's a blue small flash of light from Chimera. Next thing you know, you see this crackling Black Panther in the hallway.
That's cool.
And so
Go ahead.
that's his bonus action.
Yep.
Would its movement get me there?
I already had you guys do your movement first before you did any action, so I knew what you were doing. If you recall earlier, I said, okay, you're chasing it, so that's going to be your quota movement. Are you going to use cunning action? Are you going to dash? And that factored into what the number target was going to be, right? So that the movement has already been done for this round. But now, basically, what that means is you're going to have a lot of movement, which means for every 30 feet, I'm lowering the DC for you. So, yeah, you'll probably catch it if you can find it. All right. So, top of the round, this thing is turning the corner.
I could dash it.
And you guys spot it as it hangs a left down a T split, and out of line of sight. White Dragon, what are you gonna do?
Move. Cunning action.
Okay.
Dash, then dash again if I have to.
Okay, so all three. So go ahead and give me an athletics check, everyone, for the movement stuff. And then so you're gonna use everything you've got to try to catch up.
24.
Okay.
Oh.
Demon Cloak.
I only got a 14 this time.
So
I rolled doubles on my roll.
okay. Double what?
Double 11s, but if I use the strength of the Panther, which is plus
Which is
2,
what you
that's...
Yeah, you should be using the so for the Panther, I'm going to treat it as you using cunning action, which grants you advantage. And I would say you could use it again. And I'll lower the DC to match that. So the DC for you is actually only 10. So that's not that bad. And then what about Stella?
Oh, guys, I got a 1.
Oh no, man! It is so okay. So let's see this. Let's hear this unfold. So as you guys look up, you're chasing this thing. It's kind of like a race car skids around the corner, and then in an instant, White Dragon, is around the corner chasing it. Red Dragon, you can see it. It's almost within your reach. You could reach out and touch it. If you used your dash, you caught up to it. Okay, so you are bearing right over top of it. Poor Demon Cloak.
I was already over top of it because I was only 30 feet away originally, and then I dashed, and then I tried to telekinetic push and pull point blank.
Right,
So
but you
how am I
you didn't pull it, and it's gone since then. It went around the corner after you caught up to it, which I guess should.
Now I'm in opportunity, or something. I'm in range of it now, so something had to have happened. How does it just get to be next to me and then just decide to leave?
Disengage.
So then it would lose some of its movement. It wouldn't be able to dash now.
Right, but it's still got a 40-foot movement. So that's part of the reason that's why he caught it, okay?
Okay.
So, but the reason you guys couldn't get op attacks is because it's just disengaging the whole time.
Right. Well, I was the only one that got to it. That's what I'm saying.
Then I got confused then because White Dragon was moving much faster than you, and he would be the first to have reached it. You slowed it down that allowed that possible with your telekinetic push or pull.
Right, but we went through 2 rounds of it, and you said me and him were in a short distance, and then my turn came first, so I used an action to dash, so that puts me up to it, and then I tried to telekinetic pull it because you said it was a short distance,
Right,
which
and
is 30
that
feet.
and that failed.
Right, but it's 30 feet, and my dash is 30 feet, so I was on top of it.
Yes, but you had already
the whole
used your.
point-
So I guess what are you trying to get at?
I'm saying, how is it so extremely far away by this point that he had to dash 3 times when he only should have? In theory,
Oh,
40
I see.
movement?
I see what
That
you're
is
saying.
so crazy.
Yeah. So it
That's what I'm
should.
trying to argue this
Okay,
whole
I
time.
got you. So because he used his movement and his cunning action and his dash.
Yes.
Okay, because this thing has a movement of 40.
Which
So
he can't
that
dash
means he
because
can
has
catch it.
disengage from me.
Yeah. So no, he has the goblin feature that lets him do that as a bonus action.
Oh.
So I see what you're saying. So he's right. White Dragon does not need to use his dash action to catch him because he only moved 40 feet. So so you still have an action then, White Dragon.
I attempt to grapple the rat inside the robot.
Grappling check versus its dex check. I got a 16.
Well, that beats my 8.
Dang.
Here we go.
Checking something. Okay. So as you're trying to reach out and catch it as you're over top of this thing, it's holding onto the wire between its teeth, and it kind of snickers and kicks at you. You look at it and you can see that it knows what it's doing. And then as you try to grab it, it kind of like swings over the rope and then looks back at you, and you can swear that you saw that thing like laughing at you for a second. As it's bouncing around and you're trying to quickly grab it, but there's so many wires and gizmos on the top of this thing, it's making it difficult. Demon Cloak, you're able to make it to the end of the hallway. Unfortunately, you were going at such a velocity that you weren't able to kind of make that sharp turn like Demon Cloak did, and you kind of end up just kind of running into the wall and coming full stop. That was what, your movement action? So, what, you still have an action?
Yeah, I'd dash.
Okay. And then Stella Nova, as you're running through and all the after you screamed rat, you can hear all the people screaming. Several people come into the hallway and you end up smashing and tripping over one and planting face first on the ground. And Chimera leaps over top of you in a new form and dashes down the hallway. Gets to the end of the hallway and can turn and see
White Dragon and the rat?
yeah, I'm trying to figure out. I would say that he would be able to still have an action then, because his movement, if he has cunning action, you already move, so you can get all the way to the end of the hall, and you can get within engaged range with the drone. As you see White Dragon there, his hands moving so quick you can barely see him as he's running alongside this thing. He's trying to go in there, and you see the little rat just kind of jumping side to side,
running along the wall real quick, dodging all the pedestrians.
Using my designated druid die, I'm going to attempt a grapple with the drone.
Okay.
So it's strength, and I am not proficient with athletics, unfortunately, so it's just whatever strength mod my panther has.
You have to beat a 14.
No, that's an 8.
All right, so as you're in your panther, you try to swipe at the thing to get a hold of it. Unfortunately, all you do is swipe and smash into some of the equipment on the top. You see one of the little lifts that it uses to pull the to lift up the crates, kind of vibrate and clink clink and fall off, and it kind of runs thuds over top of it. You kind of stumble over it a little bit on all fours. It's going to use its disengage, and once again, it's going to begin to pull away.
I have an op.
No, not when it disengages. I gave it the
Yeah, it has
the
a
goblin
bonus
power.
action disengage.
Yeah, I forget what it's called. Hang on, I didn't actually. I just said goblin disengage mechanic because I'm super technical. So yeah, it's gonna use its movement and its action to dash, making its way down the hall. White Dragon, what are you gonna do?
Second verse, same as the first.
All right, you're able to kind of run alongside it. You see the rat on the back doing one of these things, yelling at you as it's driving on this thing. You're able to catch up to it. What are you gonna do? Grapple it? Give me a check.
Grapple again.
Oh, you might get it. I got 11.
Ah, sucker. 13.
All right. So you got a hold of it. God, how do I narrate that? Do you pull it out of the drone?
I just want to imagine he's quick and efficient with it, and he just like readies like his hand like this, and he just punches through it and grabs the rat.
And yeah, so are you grabbing the rat itself, or are you trying to grab the machine that it's driving?
I grabbed the rat.
All right, so you reach in, you grab the rat, and then the cart goes careening down the hall, bouncing left and right, creating all kinds of racket and noise. And then it kind of spins and tips over, and smashes in the end of the hall, sending out smoke and fire. A small fire ignites at the end as it kind of it explodes. On impact, a little bit of fire comes up and catches the wall on fire. And you've got a hold of this thing. And it looks at you and just kind of drops its head. It looks very exasperated. All right.
It's your fault,
The rest of you kind of all managed to catch up. They're Chimera in his panther form. It kind of just looks at you and does one of these. Stella Nova catches up from behind. What's the sitch? Streetcar names Desire. Stella! Nice.
That's the rat.
So you caught the rat. You guys kind of all huddle it. There's a fire at the end of the hall. A few more minutes. In a minute, there might be sprinklers that come on. So, somebody want to do something about that?
You see this crackling energy emit from Chimera as he reverts back. Oh,
that looked new. I'm gonna be right back. And I walk over to where the fire is, and you guys see these black ethereal angel wings as they come out of my back, and they gust of wind on the fire and blow it out.
what are your Darkstar version of Zorax or something?
Because I have the fly ability, and it says I can have wings, so I'm gonna blow them out with my wings.
That is cool as hell. All right, so you put the fire out. People are starting to come out of the offices and start looking around.
Kind of like fold back up behind me, and I walk back down the hall again.
Now the people come out. They don't know what's happening. They look. They see you. They see fire. They see smoke. And they're like, "Are we under attack? I think we're under attack." What?
I go
Hold the rat. He did it.
Yeah.
He did.
The rat.
He says, "What?"
Rat got a hold of the drone.
You hear in the back, "You dirty rat."
Everything's calm. We're safe. It just took a little finagling to get the rat.
Give me a. What is going on? The plane? Are we on fire? Do we need to hit the fire alarm?
There's been a minor accident. We're taking care of it. Go back in your offices.
Yeah. We look over. I just point to where the fire was, and it's just like smoke
Okay.
now.
Well, they're very freaking out, so I'm gonna need a persuasion check.
It's an 18.
From me too.
Both whoever was trying to calm. If you're trying to calm them down.
Can I assist him?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Well, I roll again. Nope, still an 18.
All right, they sign it says we need to call the security and the DRT to get him up here.
No.
Yeah.
There's no need for DRTs.
Don't we have
That-
like little drones that clean up other
Be real.
drones here?
DRTs are just overkill.
We need pest control is what we need.
Yes.
Okay. The girls, a couple of the girls, they come out of the room. The ladies come out of the room. Businesswomen come out of the room, and they're like, "Oh, that's so disgusting." And the guy's like, "Yeah, can you believe it? I saw one when I was on the toilet the other day. It was disturbing. I could have swear it was watching me. It's a weird thing."
I look at the
And the guy-
rat, confused.
And it goes like this.
It's like that's not me. That one's not me.
So they says, fine, we'll call him. The guy says, the cleanup drones are already on their way.
Yeah.
Something clearly must have happened with the that one. It was an old model anyway, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Let the insurance company take care of it.
Yeah, I suppose. All right. So what is the plan? You have captured this rat. It clearly has intelligence.
So I like to have a question with you, Overseer.
Sure.
So one of my
spent
superpowers is speak with animals, but it's classified as a ritual.
Routine. So it should, if it says ritual, I need to fix that. Should be a routine. So what that basically means is a ritual. So you spend 10 minutes, you can cast it without using one of your slots, or you can just cast it as an action, or activate it as an action using your powers, same as the spell.
Okay.
That's one of your features, I think, of being a shifter.
Yeah.
So you can use you can activate it with your power, and just do it right away, or you can spend a
I'll expend
few
power.
Okay. Okay, you can talk to animals now.
And I speak to the rat.
What?
Snitch, I take it.
What? Oh, another shifter! My man! That was some fun, right?
Are you Snitch?
Well, I ain't gonna tell nobody, but maybe.
Giving your lip.
I guess you're the people that was sent to capture this data pad, huh?
Where is it?
It looks down. In here. All you guys hear is like clicking and mouse talk or whatever.
Squeaking?
Yeah, squeaking and
I'm
shit.
just-
Barbara's like, I called it.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, she did.
Steve's like, snitch, rat. I see what you did there.
Yeah.
It goes. So it's, yeah, it was a lot of fun. I don't care what they say. Driving one of them drones is way more fun than any sort of car ride. You know how long I've been driving around here having a good time and nobody says nothing? It's been great. Though I had to keep avoiding those bastard DRTs because then they be getting on to me. But, what good's a race? So, can we find somewhere a little more private? I don't like to change in front of people, if you know what I mean. It's inappropriate.
We have a car, I believe, and I look to White Dragon.
He can't understand you
Oh.
because you were just
Speak
talking
to
to
animals and
you were talking to the animal in your response. So I'm assuming you spoke in squeaks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, hey, somebody caught on to it. Way to go, Barbara. It was a real rat race. That's what I was going for. I'm glad somebody else picked up on it.
To be honest.
Well, that's just an old reference. I don't even know where it originally came from. But anyways, so yeah, it's interested in going into a private location.
I relay that.
oh, I don't know anywhere secret around here. I know how to get to places.
So, do you think you could do me a favor and tell this guy not to squeeze so tight? His grip is mighty strong.
White Dragon, loosen your grip. You're kind of squeezing her.
Yes, that's the idea.
What? You caught me.
That is.
You caught
that
the
is the plan.
snitch. It's fine. I'm not going nowhere. I was just trying to have a little fun.
He's like, yep, that's the idea.
All right. So
Not
you,
leaving.
so what are you guys gonna do? She said she's not gonna transform, and she doesn't
Hey,
want to change in public.
Hey, White Dragon, we have a place to go to, right, to get out of here? How
Is
big's
there a
that?
shipping container that's empty?
Oh. That's a lot of room. That should be more than comfy enough. Let's go over there.
All right.
How does that sound, Snitch?
Oh, they don't get a say in the matter. They're gonna have to go there regardless.
Mm,
That's the way out.
whatever.
So whatever.
You're
Build a
currently a
better
rat right
mousetrap.
now. So
All right, so you guys make your way to what? To like a big cargo box?
Yep.
yeah,
Big
a
crate?
little shipping container.
So you find a shipping container that's unlocked. Heading back to the platform on zone 2, you find there's plenty. They're all locked because they're in shipping. Got any tools to break those or open them or anything?
I don't.
Sure do. We have that universal screwdriver.
Yeah, you
Universal
do.
screwdriver,
I forgot
mean,
about
Really?
that.
What is it called?
Universal multi-tool.
Yeah,
Ah, that one.
I could. You can't. Yeah, I can't call it like a. I don't want it to be too close to a sonic screwdriver. All right, so you walk over and you see that it like shifts and changes to fit the lock. Pops open. You open it up, and the shipping container has a little bit of room for you guys. You get in there, and then she can he let me down?
Let her down.
Not till we're inside.
Yeah.
Well, you walked inside.
Oh.
I'm down.
So you start to see her body her little rat body bulge and twist. You can hear the kind of cracking of bones, the snapping of ligaments, as she slowly begins to expand. One of the arms, starts to, stretch out, and the claws slowly kind of retract into fingers. Her size continually grows. You don't know where the mass is coming from. She kind of comes out of it with a twisting head. She stretches. Oh, that's a cramped body, let me tell you. And you see this green-skinned woman with black hair with a couple little flowers in it. She's got like the dopest ass fanny pack you've ever seen. That basically looks like a bunch of leaves together, right? Like wrapped around, like a leaves kind of closed together and wrapped up. Like they do some of that with some of the food and stuff. They put the leaves wrapped around them, right? Mystique on spinach. She transforms, says, the name's Stitch. What's up? Can I just say, what a great race. I appreciate some fun.
I like a chase.
She usually sends big pudgy policemen after me, and it's just not worth it. Not worth it at all. I told her I'll give her what she wants, but she got to make it fun for me. So I suppose you're here for this. And she holds up a data pad. Is this what you want?
Yes. And I hold my hand out.
Oh, hang on there. Hang on there. What about
I'm
my
not
payment?
grabbing-
What about my payment?
Payment. She never said a payment.
Of course she didn't.
Hey, get that stupid pen out and tell Commissioner Jordan that she needs to pay up for this shit.
Is it a mouse pad?
Over here. Remind me what the pen does again?
I don't remember. I don't know.
Is it a way to contact her? Because if it's a way to contact her...
Oh, yeah,
then she
yeah.
needs to fess up.
Her pen. Yeah, I forgot what you were talking. I thought you were talking about the screwdriver thing. It's like, I don't remember everything that thing does. So all the pen does is send out a signal that knows she needs to reach out to you.
Ah.
Calls Flair Jordan.
Is there a way I can contact her? Do I have any form of way besides that? Probably not, I guess.
Not really. But she said it wouldn't take her long to get back to you. But it's up to you if that's what you want to try to do or not. It's like,
well,
all I know is that I have to be paid. Do you know how hard it was to get this information? You know how hard it was to sneak into Vault? Do you know how much I had to work? How much I had to work to get into Ennegrad?
Why would we have to pay for you when we're supposed to be doing this shit for Jordan? If anything, you don't have to talk to us. You gotta talk to her.
That's not my problem.
Yeah,
This
it
is what you guys
You're the one not
want.
getting paid.
Yeah, but as long as I got this, somebody's going to pay.
Well, there's also 4 of us and 1 of you, so you gotta talk to her.
You could barely catch me. And that was when I was on the old model. Imagine if
Oh, we
I was
did
on a
catch you.
new model.
Yeah, also, you're a human right now, and last time I met a human, well, things didn't go so well. So, pay up. Give us that, and we'll leave you alone, and we'll get on out of here.
Listen. I'm sure that we can come to an agreement. What about this guy with the mighty iron grip? Hey, you. What do you got? You look like you've got some credits.
I'd like to think that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, Crudmo has not been nice to him.
So, well, man, we can come to some sort of agreement, right? I'm
I
not
don't
just
think we can
after
come to any
credits.
agreement.
I'm not just after credits. I also am after favors.
I
You
don't
do
wanna
me
give you a
one, I'll
favor.
do. Well, then you don't get the data pad. It's as simple as that.
Click
Yeah,
the
click the
dumb
damn pen. We're talking to fucking Jordan.
Alright, I pull out the pen. She
I'm
used
so sad that you have the damn pen.
So, you click the pen, and the thing, the little caps on it starts beeping, and you guys are waiting for a little bit. It says so during this wait, she's like, so, what brings you to this part of town?
You.
Oh, right. I forgot about that. Well, enjoying the scene, and at that moment, the whole entire planet feels like it's shaking. You realize you're being lifted up like in an elevator as something has picked up the container that you're in.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh no.
And starts kind of just flying around. And after about 15 minutes of it floating around or so, your pen, the flashing stops, and it projects a hologram out about a foot from it, and it says, "Did you get it?"
What do you mean we have to pay this damn mouse?
You mean Snitch?
Yes. Why
Oh.
aren't you paying for the data?
I'll tell you what. I'll take care of it when you deliver the data pad. I'll recoup your losses.
No, that's not how this works. We did the job. Why didn't
Just
you pay
today.
them?
And Snitch says, "Hey, Jordan, long time no see. Looking for this? You finally learned not to send the pudgy guys after me, huh? They can never catch me. You're gonna pay up, right?" She says, Jordan says, "Pay her what she needs and I'll recoup you. It can't be that much."
I don't know. This is a
Did you even ask her how much she wanted?
No, 'cause I
No.
don't want to pay her.
Snitch, how much do you want?
I'm looking for a solid, I promise, not that much.
Swear to God, she says 1,000. I'm decking her.
Hang on a second, I gotta check something before I say this.
Yeah, number.
Because,
Yeah, I know.
We don't have that much money.
She goes, look, it's simple. I've got a problem. I can't afford this month's rent, all right? It's super simple. I need you to either pay off my bill or do something about my slummy landlord, right? It's simple. It's only 88 cred or 87 creds. Or
87?
you can do
Just
something
want the
about him.
number.
87 creds is all it is.
Fine. I do the payment.
Doing
She's,
it through Crudmo?
yeah, right through Credmo. She clicks her button. She says, "Oh, see, that wasn't so hard. Making a big old stink about it." She throws the data pad over at Stella Nova. "You earned it. You know how many people don't give me a second look? But you spotted me, so cool for you. What's your name, girl?"
Stella.
That's not interesting at all. You need something cool and catchy like Snitch. Right? So here's
It's actually
Are
half.
you sure you don't want me to punch the rat?
No,
Stella
not-
Nova isn't good enough for you.
It's all right.
They still, I mean, I could do you a favor real quick. It just requires one arm.
Look, okay, let's just. So
Necessary.
there's the only thing that I just ask for one thing, okay? Now that you've paid me, I've given you your stuff, your name, yeah, sure, it's boring. Just whatever you do, in order to, I have to be effective, so just don't rat me out, okay?
Like we
No.
can't.
But no, okay. So, all right, well, that was fun. Is this thing gonna land at any time soon? I've got things to do.
Good question. We're in an active container, by the way, Commissioner.
Nice try. That's a good one. Yeah, well, that's not my problem. You have to get to the rendezvous point, okay?
Roger that.
And like I said, whatever you do, don't copy the data.
Yes, ma'am.
Woo.
All right. Well, that's all, folks. I think that's where we're gonna end it tonight.
No.
I was just about to say, immediately after that was over, we were out of the line of sight for the rat. Destroy the pen.
Would we have used?
Destroy it.
That's what I was just gonna say too. Yes.
Yeah, just get rid of it immediately.
Would we have used the wait for Commissioner's response to make a short rest?
No, you got a short rest.
Yep.
Short rests. Think about short rests. I mean, they're 5 minutes. They're not
Yeah, it's
long at
literally
all.
like a quick breather.
Yeah, and we're basically Warlock.
Yeah.
No, we're way better than Warlock.
Yeah, you are.
We are way better than Warlock.
So as I said, rats all, folks. I think that'll do it for our session tonight. I do want to give some feedback from people in the chat as well as you guys. Part of what I think that makes Capes and Crooks so different than 5e is the function of at-will powers, which are features and powers that the players can pick for their characters that help flesh out a sort of build that they're going for. It starts off only as a couple, but it does grow a little bit in addition to the powers that you get. And the powers evolve as you gain levels. So, a good example is cantrips, right? Cantrips scale in 5th edition, right? You get a firebolt, does 1d10. At 5th level, it does 2d10. That's not super exciting. So one of the changes that I did was take it and start giving them additional features beyond that. So let's use the heat vision, I think, as an example. I think that's what it was called. Was it heat vision? Heat ray? I don't remember. Fuck. Kinetic blast, heat blast. G8. Ah, here we go. There's so many. I didn't actually write one for that. What the hell? This is horrible. So anyways, first of all, the at-will powers, I want to hear our players' thoughts on the scaling, and then anybody in the audience. I'm going to give you a quick example of one as soon as I find one that I've actually made a thing for. Okay. Because I'm still fleshing that shit out, right? So let's take a look at Lightning Strike. So Lightning Strike is 30 feet at will. It springs lightning from their hands, blah, blah, blah. If they're wearing metal advantage, blah, blah, blah. Target takes 1d6 lightning damage. Can't use reactions. At 5th level, it goes to 2d6. And when you hit a target, at the a surge of lightning leaps from that target to a target within 5 feet. Each creature must succeed a dexterity saving throw, or the creature must succeed a dexterity saving throw, or can't take a reaction. So you hit the first target, the next one next to it makes a dex save or can't take reactions. Doesn't do any additional damage, but puts an effect upon that character. Then of course the effect increases.
More like a tingle.
Yeah, right, Tingle. How's your Peter Tingle feeling?
I wasn't going to go that far.
Well, that's best part of Spider-Man. When I found out it was called not Spider Sense, but Peter Tingle. And then at 11th level, the damage increases to 3d6. And instead of the effect wearing out at the end of the start of its next turn, the effect lasts until the start of your next turn. Which means it goes far beyond that and affecting the reactions and op attacks of the enemy across other players' turns. And then
dang.
and then at 17th level, the damage goes up to 46, and the range doubles to 60 feet.
And I have this thing. By the
Yeah,
way.
you do. So that's a good example of what I'm trying to do with the at-will powers as they scale. I don't want them just to go up in damage, but I want them to evolve as the way the power functions and works, I think. So as players, what do you guys think? And then please, if you're in the chat, give us some feedback. I'll try to keep this short so we're not on here all night, but...
I mean, yeah, this is an interesting. I'd like to help out with feedback. It's just I never had the chance to use it tonight and last session because there weren't many opportunities. And I avoided a fight from last time.
It's true.
And against Electrode type crook.
Right.
How's
the concept feel to you then?
It's interesting. I like that it scales at certain levels. What?
Barbara says it's nice, an at-will chain lightning, and then Steve says, or a chain reaction with no chain reaction. Because they don't get a reaction. That's funny. Anyways, okay, so the idea is interesting to you. What about the rest of you?
Definitely like the concept too, just because I like the idea of powers evolving. You get more mileage out of them. So do you feel like in a lot of games, as you get more powers that are better ones, you tend to just get a bunch
disregard
of
the original ones.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
I 100% agree with that, because like there's a lot of like in basic D&D 5e, like there are a lot of those starting cantrips that I really enjoy, but by the time you level up, like they're practically worthless.
Yep.
You just have so much more, and you can just waste a first level spell slot or something like that just to do a little more damage, or something along those lines. So I really like it a lot.
I can't wait till I get to the basic magic tricks like minor illusion and prestidigitation. I'm gonna make those do so much cooler things.
Yeah,
Yes.
they are kind of whatever at a base level.
Yeah. Anybody else have any points? Anything they want to say about that?
Specifically with like the scaling of the powers, I mean, we kind of covered what I think we said. So, and I kind of agree with Steve here. I think it keeps with the superhero theme better, where like they kind of get more accustomed to their powers. So as they kind of level up, they're like, oh, I can use this more effectively.
Yes.
And I do like that a lot.
And that's what I really, really wanted to capture with this kind of at will, because you don't get very many of them. And
not really,
because of that, you want it to feel better. For instance, the telekinetic push and pull. That basically allows you to push a target 10 feet straight towards you or straight away from you. The other way. And it requires a strength save. But at 5th level, it goes from 10 feet to 20 feet. And the distance... The range is 15 feet. The range goes to 20 feet. Then the push or pull effect goes up to 15 feet. And then at 11th level, it goes up to you can push the target in any direction. So you're not just pushing them forward or back. You can push forward, back, left, right, up, down, whatever you want. And then at 17th...
Plant him into the ground 15 feet.
Down! And then at 17th level, when a hostile creature makes an attack roll against you and hits, you can use this power as a reaction. So now they're striking you, they hit you, you push them away. If they've got multi-attack and are out of movement, they can't come and get you the rest of the time. So I want it to be very much a defensive thing. And what I was talking about before the show started was that one thing that I incorporated is object damage. So if you smash somebody and you push them 10 feet and they hit something, they're going to take the equivalent of fall damage. I'm calling it object damage or destruction damage. I haven't settled on a name yet, but basically that makes that push maneuver now a light attack.
Like an offensive ability.
So
more like an offensive ability, I guess.
Even though it's meant to be a utility, right? So that's what I'm really, really hoping to capture here. The superpowers I don't know that I'm going to scale those the same. Because honestly, I think that just would take me way too long. I'm barely made any progress with the at-wills as it is.
Plus, they kind of... A lot of them do kind of scale on their own anyway.
They fill a specific role, I think. And that's what I want. The other thing is, do you guys enjoy the a la carte style building where your roles determine your type of character, I guess? Like a role as a psychic means you're planning on playing a psychic character. Whatever powers you pick will be psychic inspired, right? If you pick a brute, then pick lightning strike. So you're a lightning throwing brute, right? Like Hulk, except you can throw lightning. And so that the role determines kind of the role you're filling, which is why I call it that. And then the powers you pick. So you have some customization, but it doesn't come from the subclass structure, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing yet. And I didn't know if that was going to not appeal to some people. And I'd really like some good thoughts on that.
So my thing about that actually is it already feels. I like this a lot. I think this is where it really shines. Honestly, that's where I think where it separates itself from D&D 5e, which is where because I mean we've already said this like a million times, but like me and Ian, for instance, are both playing crime fighters, whereas like I think maybe it's just the crime fighter itself. Maybe it's not necessarily with any of the others, but the crime fighter is such like a blank slate with like physical abilities and attributes that you kind of can get away from it and kind of just focus on you getting more of the utility aspects or more of the different types of combat oriented powers. So like for instance, like I have like AoE elemental variant damage, whereas White Dragon over there probably has like some a good selection of drop kicks and arm bars. Like a cleaving attack or something, or like counter strikes even. Yeah, so like he has a different play style from mine, whereas like I'm probably more willing to grapple somebody and keep him in my grip and just watch them wither away. He's more of I'm gonna hit you a couple of times, and when it's your turn, it's still my turn, and I'm gonna hit you back anyway. So like we still have different ways of dishing out damage.
Yeah. And I like that yours is very much an AoE style build. So when we get to one of the next fights, that's going to become a big power because there's going to be a lot of minions that are running around. You're basically with that can just walk into them and it's going to kick their ass.
Yeah.
What were you going to say, Matt?
Yeah. Before the session, I just finished leveling up my character. You know, using the character sheet fillable PDF manually. Like a mere mortal.
Sorry.
I've used D&D Beyond for those who don't know. I've been using it for most of my time playing with these knuckleheads, which has been very helpful for me. But anyway, as I was leveling up and making the change to my at-will powers, I noticed that prestidigitation was on the list, and I was like, wonder what would happen if a shapeshifter used prestidigitation. But I was like, but maybe Nature's Gift would be more appropriate for a shapeshifter. I don't know.
Well, it just depends, on what you want. You could have easily just chose, I am a panther that's on fire, and now you're an AoE on fire panther. Like
that's awesome. Like, I love that.
Like that again. That's where
I can use crackling body for that.
Or you can do crackling body. Yeah, there's see that's the cool part about this. So you can like the enhancements are basically just like really awesome passives well, most of the time, and these passives come into play on your character infinitely. So for instance, I have the crackling body, so now I have lightning resistance, and I also kind of just make things go haywire if I just touch them for a little bit. And
haywire.
I could have
lightning. That's funny.
And I didn't have to choose that. I could have easily just chosen, I don't know, let's look briefly here because I'm right next to it.
I had a new one called Heavy Arms, which I really like.
Something like that, yeah. Like you could have been a shape changer, but you can.
Are you looking for an enhancement?
Yeah, just like basic enhancements.
So Historian is a really cool enhancement. It basically, you have proficient in history and investigation. You get 3 adept points, and whenever you make an ability check using history or an investigation, you can spend an adept point and roll a d6 and add it to the result. You can choose to spend 1 or more adept points after you roll the die, but before you know the outcome. you regain an add-up point when you finish a long rest. So that is something that lets you specialize in a specific thing. If you want to be more physical, maybe you're not a shapeshifter, but you would like a little bit of that touch, well, you can pick up natural weapons. Your character can grow claws, fangs, spines, horns, tails, whatever you want, and turn them into weapons when you attack, which actually count as a finesse property in this one, so you can double attack, whatever. Or it might be something as simple as lightning reflexes that imbue you with extraordinary reflexes. You get a +2 to dexterity saving throws. That's a passive. It's always in play. You want something a little more aggressive on your skills, you can pick up expertise. Or maybe you pick up the historian feature and expertise and become fucking Indiana Jones and knows everything. Or you can go the more brutish strength route and pick up Juggernaut strength. Your massive bulk and strength make you nearly unstoppable Juggernaut. You count as one size larger when determining your carry capacity and weight. You can push, bag, drift, drag, lift. Additionally, you deal double damage to objects and structures. So it really just comes down to, in my mind, what it is you're looking to play as. And you don't have to stick to a theme, because everything can fit. Superman is a really great example. That guy's got a collection of... Yeah, he's got like a ridiculous collection of different powers, all compacted into one little thing. I'm surprised they didn't add shapeshift to that. But anyways, I think that's it. Did anybody else want to say anything?
Yeah, I'll just jump in as well and to say, yeah, I love the customization, because I think that definitely is where it shines. Because when I was building out my exosuit character, I could have gone with just a basic Iron Man, it's been done before type of thing. Where, and I did go more the ranged route with, shooting things out of my hands and stuff like that too. But you could, when I was building it out, I could have also very easily gone a martial way, laser swords and right in front in combat, because I got that higher AC. But I also could have gone more of a support, with healing as well, because Exosuit already has built in some healing mechanics with it too. But could have built on that. So I really like that instead of locking it into subclasses and things like that, you really build it out exactly how you want, and then the enhancements can improve on those dramatically. Because the first enhancement I chose was the agonizing blast, which just helped add to my ranged attacks there as well. So
yeah, that's all of them too. Yeah, the ranged power attacks. It's just D4 nonstop. It's crazy.
Oh yeah.
And that's kind of where I was going. Like I said, this was a big gamble for me, and it sounds like it might be paying off. So I want to thank you all for continuing to support everyone that follows us. We appreciate it. And I thank you guys for the kind words. Really quick before we close out, please tell everyone who you are, what you like about this session, and then we'll close out. We'll start with Stella Nova.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm Seth, and I played Stella Nova, who's a genius with an exosuit. And I think I really liked how we were able to shine with some more roleplay this session. We didn't get to use a lot of combat mechanics to test that out, which
it's not all about that.
Right, exactly. Which is why I say it was a bad session to switch out my cryofoam for a poison bomb.
Yeah.
I didn't know you did that, and I thought that would be such a great power to have.
Oh, I know. But yeah.
It's like that sometimes.
Anyway, I really enjoyed the problem solving. I think more than anything in this session.
Okay.
A different way to approach the game.
All right. Thank you very much, Matthew.
Hi, my name is Matthew, and I've played Chimera, the shapeshifter. This was a real interesting night. I finally got the use of using Wild Shape for my role. It was interesting, and this has only been my second time of utilizing the Panther form. One was during a D&D campaign, and this time. It's great to be back at the bandwagon for that. More HP.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Ian?
Again, I'm Ian. I'm playing White Dragon, who has the trained origin and is a crime fighter. I just had fun using some of my abilities in the more utilitarian way.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Austin?
Hey guys, I'm Austin. I played Ravis Richter, if that was not already painfully obvious about how much I had some screen time on this one. My favorite part was I love just using the fact that I'm just a reporter for all my problems. It's just like, I'm a reporter first, a hero second.
Well, you know what? Worked for Superman.
And it was a pretty good time to kind of just mess around with the fact that like really like I'm an experimented, which gives me like enhanced perception and something else I don't really remember off the top of my head, but that's how little it kind of comes into play. I kind of just tore it into my backstory, like, oh yeah, I'm trying to figure out what happened to me. And it was kind of fun being able to kind of show off that I had powers for once, which was just like I actually used 2 powers that I had never used, which was the telekinetic push and pull, and the newest one which I got was flight. So that was actually really interesting. Which flight was really just more for flavor, which was me putting out a fire. Which means I still have one power that I haven't shown everybody yet, and which is kind of crazy because no one's really hit me. I've been exploded. I can't use it on an explosion. I have to use it on the person causing the explosion. Which they weren't there because I'd be the bright bomber. So yeah, haven't been able to do that quite yet. But hopefully I'll be able to showcase it.
All right, thank you very much, Austin. And I want to thank everyone for joining. I enjoyed playtesting this. So Steve is asking how many more we got to go. My plan is to go to level 5, and that's it. So we'll probably play, I don't, however many more that takes. I've got some combat oriented unless they bypass that plan for the next one. So I'll probably put them at level 4 after that one. So probably, I mean, a few more. Hopefully all my players are okay with that.
Yeah, I think I dare say we're all having a blast. So
the Bright Bomber certainly is. But so yeah, I am the host of the Crit Academy Dungeons and Dragons podcast. I'm also the developer of the Capes and Crooks RPG that we are playing. And I'm always looking for feedback. So if you sound like something you like, please send me an email. Something you'd like to see, something you think we could improve upon as far as story-wise. Otherwise, hopefully you'll come and join us. Our show, our Crit Academy, airs every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern, where we talk Dungeons and Dragons. Please come join us tomorrow. We're going to be talking about Star Wars 5th Edition. I'm excited for that. Star Wars 5e. What is tomorrow?
Sunday.
Oh, tomorrow. Yeah, okay, yeah, Sunday. Thank you. It's old and I can't remember days. So hopefully you guys will come join us. If you want to check out our other content, you can find us on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. Please follow us on YouTube. We are like really close to 1,000 when I checked. I think we were like 920 followers. So we're getting there. So, all right, that'll do it. Keep your blades sharp and spells prepared, heroes. See you guys later.